So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the day two training program of ours. I believe everybody settled down.
Yes, very good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let's go for our day two program. As we discussed, we'll be starting with the same, like our corporate case studies, what we have started with yesterday. We are going to continue from that. So for your understanding, we have done up to our data clean 2, like when you download the data from SAP or ERP, that how to clean up our data, what are the necessary columns to be checked, whether it is complied with the right format or not, all these things we discussed. So now we are going to discuss about data clean 3. So kindly confirm the same worksheet is opened in front of your screen. A quick message in the chat box, Y for yes. Well, okay. Now let me take you through the data first, what we have, the situation. So let's have the understanding about our problem statement. Most of the times what it happens, people, when we are working with our data, somebody sends the data in PDF format, somebody in .csv format, somebody sends the data in a text or notepad file, or somebody sends in a Word document or WordPad, or we get our data in MS Access database, or we get in SQL table format. The problem is not with the data. When you see the other format platform, the data seems to be well organized, well tabulated, well formatted. But when we copy those data and then paste in our Excel to further analysis or some kind of formula and functions applications, we face a lot of challenges. What kind of challenge? Like you would be seeing that the moment you paste, the data scatters here and there. Automatically, the row height will be increased, column width will be enhanced automatically without any idea. And we have not done anything wrong. This happens automatically. And we have no options now how to deal with the same. So what we do, unless and until we bring the data at one place, our data is of no use. And we end up spending a lot of time, but doing the ground level of workings a lot. So this is what something we have right now. I will be taking you through that. Suppose say, as I have started the story with our two friends, like Nagraj and Aishwarya, I'm going to continue with the same. Suppose say our friend Nagraj, he is working in a bank portal. In his laptop, he has opened a bank software and he is working with the bank portal. And where you could see that the bank name, bank account number, bank code, everything is well organized, well tabulated. And the same data he has exported to Excel. And he has closed the bank software, bank portal, and he has come back to that Excel file. So when he comes back to that Excel file, he could notice that the 10,000 records has dumped into single cell like this. So everything is dumped into a single cell. Bank name, bank account number, bank code, everything. Now looking at the data in this format, Nagraj felt for a while that this is not my cup of tea. So he immediately called his best teammate. Who is that? Aishwarya. So Aishwarya came to Nagraj's cabin. Now Nagraj said that, Aishwarya, I have got the data something like this in 10,000 records. Just help me out getting only the bank code. So 10,000 records are there like this, and Aishwarya has to just extract the bank code. So if this is the situation, how to deal with? So let's start our friend with Aishwarya. So Aishwarya, what is your choice? How to deal with the same? What can you do for this?
First, at this moment, I'm really not sure.
Okay, I appreciate your honest answer. So being a friend to Aishwarya, anybody else would like to give a helping hand?
I will use Control E. Flash fill something option is there, right? That
Okay,
will.
fine, very good. Anybody else? Well, So basically, when there is a need of data separation, we have a ready-made option. We can select our data. Since our data is separated by multiple spaces, I can take a logic of data, text to column. Just watch my screen. No need to do anything. Now I could see delimited option is on. Yes. Now I'll go for next and I will define that my data is separated by space. So when I define space checkbox on, immediately you could see multiple column distributor or divider will be activated. Now, when I go for next and finish, what happens? My data is separated, no doubt. But when I look at that, some case my bank code is there in column G, somewhere in column H, somewhere in column F. So again, I have to rework with each and every cell-wise data to bring it and showcase the bank code. So definitely, this is not a idle option. This is not working out. So as such, text to column we're working fine, but today it is not working for me. Okay. Now, sometimes people will tell you, looking at the situation, Prabhas, do one thing. Don't worry. Since I could see most of the cases, the bank code is there at the extreme end of the statement, you can take the formula help called write. So we have a dedicated formula in our Excel called write, and anytime certain characters, if you want to extract from the right side of your data, you can go for this. Like this demands me, where is the data? Data is over here. Now, how many characters you are expecting? Like bank codes, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 8 characters and I got it. Wow. But the same when I go and apply for others, do you think that we receive the data properly? Not to go very far. The fourth case, if you look at my bank code starts with UBS, but that is missed because it is always taking only 8 characters and my bank code is not consistent type. Somewhere bank code is of 8 characters, 10 characters, 7 characters could be the case. So since the data is not of consistent type, this is also failing. So text to column is not operating, right? Formula is also not working for us. So in this situation, what our friend Aishwarya did, she took the help of one Excel expert. In each and every corporate, there will be some person who has got good Excel knowledge and we depend upon them, definitely. Now, who is that person? Now, suppose say he is our friend Ashish. So Aishwarya approached to Ashish about this. Ashish has understood the whole scenario. Then he gave a solution. What is that? It is nothing but the combination of if, len, mid, find, then if error, then substitute. So all these kind of formulas combined together, our friend Ashish has given the solutions to Aishwarya. And finally, when Aishwarya is watching this, this is not ending up with close parenthesis. It is ending up with a curly braces, which is completely beyond the understanding of Aishwarya. So now Aishwarya is asking to Ashish, Ashish, could you please help me out how this formula logics works? Because too much of formula you have combined together. Now what Ashish said, Ashish said that, see, Aishwarya, you asked for help, I did it. But I have my own work to do also. If you are really interested in knowing this, how this works, please come to my cabin or come to my station at 5:30 p.m. I will help you out. So now at the need of the hour over here, so without understanding the logic, immediately Aishwarya started applying the same in the workplace. And sometimes it works, sometimes it fails because the data is not of consistent type. Now this is also failing. So having said this, no options left. Aishwarya got frustrated. She got disappointed and still left everything. And she started coming back to the original track. What is that? Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Somewhere or the other, we keep doing like this when we are helpless. Or once in a lifetime, you would have definitely done so far. I give a guarantee. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? When situations are not there or any other options are not helping us, we end up doing the things like this. Now, I can do the copy paste, no problem. But how much time it will be taking for us? Yes, Aishwarya, if you do copy paste for 10,000 cases, how long it will be taking for you?
I think it should take almost one whole day.
Yep,
Depends.
right. So Nagaraj, do you have that much of patience to wait for one day?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Definitely nobody will be having that much of patience because bosses are immediately expecting the answer with no time. Now, in this case, whether our friend Nagraj is not happy with the answer, but he has no other option or choice left because his best teammate is asking for 1 day. So when he's not convinced, so definitely there is a big question mark about Aishwarya's productivity. And when productivity is questioned, it is going to give a negative impressions in the KRA report. And when KRA report is negative, it is going to impact your appraisal form also. Do you agree?
Yes.
So this is how corporate truth people, this is how the situation analysis people will do. And technically, any industry, we come across so many situations. TCS laid off this much of people. IBM removed 200 people. Wipro sacked 10,000 people. How they are deciding all these things, whom they should remove and whom they should retain. There is a analysis goes on before doing this kind of exercise. I mean, before taking this kind of very bold calls, they get prepared before 3 months. They do all this exercise. In the back end, they do a lot of survey and some questionnaires, and they do a lot of analysis, and finally they arrive at the figures, how many people from which department they should lay off. Do you all agree? Right, people?
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
how, in this situation, if I'm see, it's not like I'm not competent. It's not like something Aishwarya is not competent enough to handle this job, but she's unable to deliver within the time what Nagraj is expecting. So this is the reason why people always the hard work is not going to be recognized. Sometimes smart work is also very much needed. Now, this entire 1 day job, what our friend Aishwarya is anticipating, if I able to do the same for you in just 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Yes, a lot of quality time we can save. Yeah, sure. So let's see how to do that. As I told you in day one, there are a lot of artificial intelligence tool Microsoft has developed and it has incorporated in the versions. Well, so we are going to explore now one of the AI tool of our Microsoft Excel, how it works. Just 1 minute, watch my screen. I have deleted my column C, whatever the data I had. I went to column B and there I selected my bank code. I could see all the places bank code is at the end of the statement. I will copy that. I'll go to next column. I will paste it. Now on my keyboard, I'll simply press a keyboard shortcut naming called Control E, E for engine. Can you see on your blink of your eyes, entire 10,000 records, the data has been extracted wherever the bank codes are there. Now, just a question running in your mind, what is this Control E? Like working like a magic show? So this is nothing but people naming called one of the artificial intelligence tool called Flash Fill. So this option, this feature is available in 2013 and above versions of Microsoft Excel. It's not only that 365 we have, since 2013 it is there, but hardly people use this. But we have a tool now, we got to know. So give it a try and check, is it working? Any doubt, any queries, any questions, do let me know. All right, so now the question is, what is this flash fill? As I told you, this is one AI tool. How it works? Let's have the basic understanding. First of all, in any kind of AI tool, people, we are not providing any logic of ours. Make a bottom rule. We do not give any logic. Did you give any logic? No. What we did, we just copied the data and pasted. So what the AI tool does over here, it first establish a pattern. So what kind of pattern for this data it has created is after the last space of the entire statement, whatever the data is there, it has to extract. So this is the pattern it's set in the backend. And Control E, what does it just fill the same pattern for the others. That's it. So this pattern will differ from case to case. So there is no standalone answer for flash fill that it works with this logic, that logic. It creates its own logic. And that logic differs from case to case or data to data. But can I apply flash fill in any set of data? No. For that, we need to go for some basic rules of our flash fills. So I'm going to take you through some flash fill rules. Very, very essential. Stay focused over here, people. Now, the moment I go for flash fill, the rule number one, what it says that ensure there is a blank column next to data column. What does it mean? Try to understand. If my data is in column B, my column C has to be blank. If column C is also containing data, then you have to insert a blank column. So that is what the meaning. Ensure there is a blank column next to the data column. I believe this rule is clear. Everybody's understood. Right. Now I'll take you through rule number two. Rule number two says that after flash fill, make paste special values. Make paste special values. What does it mean? Just see. If I go and extract my data, first I'll copy, then I'll go for right click upon the same. I'll go for paste special out of this, and there I should choose values, which is normally we do for our formulas to replace with, isn't it? Same thing we did, but is it really necessary? Yes. Why is it necessary? If you extract your data through flash fill and you have saved the file, no doubt you have closed the file, but when you tomorrow reopen, there might be a chance your data will get changed. So to retain our data in permanent nature, what you need to do after flash fill, immediately you should go for copy paste special value so that the data will be retained in permanent nature. Now, this is our rule number two. After flash fill, you have to make paste special values. So I believe rule number two is clear. Now, rule number three, create data header or column header you can treat after step two only. What does it mean? Say over here, I did not create my data first. I went on to create my header over here, like bank code. Now, if I try to do flash fill, the data will not extract properly because Excel will treat that the bank code header should be my base data, and based on this, I should fetch my all the rest of the data. So this is the reason why do not ever create the data header first. First go and create your data, then go for copy paste special value, then go for creating the data header naming called bank code. So this is our rule number three. Now rule number four, it says that ensure there is no formula on data column. Like suppose say this is my data. Now this column, none of the cell should contain the formula. If you have say formula driven cell, flash fill will not work with the formula driven cell. So you need to go again, copy paste special value, and then only you will be getting your bank code populated. So these are the four essential rules, people, you have to always remember whenever you go for application of your flash fill rules. Anything is not clear, do let me know. If you have any questions, do let me know, please, people.
Hello, sir.
Yep,
So can you repeat the second step after
that
the
is
flash
what
fill
copy
method?
paste special value. So you have to
Yes,
select
sir.
your data, Control C to copy, right click upon the same. You will be getting a paste special option over here. No need to navigate, you just click on that and that option, and then you got to go for the rule called values. Hope this is working. Now, the question is, suppose you can ask me, Prabhas, Control E is flash fill, I understood, but I have a bit of fear in the mind. If I, unless and until practice it on daily basis, I may forget the keyboard shortcuts. But if you explain something in the ribbon menu, this will be easy for me and I can register all these things easily. So if I want to explore anywhere in this ribbon tab, how to get this flash fill, say there are two locations. You can go to Home tab and there's an option over here. Okay, naming called fill. Below to the sigma auto sum option, fill is there. And within that fill, we have got flash fill. Okay, so this is what the location number one, and you can see flash fill is available. The other one you can go to over here in our data menu. Here also we do have an option called flash fill. So these are the two different locations where you can find flash fill in the ribbon tab. Hope this is clear, able to navigate everybody. Yes, Venkat, I'm talking about if Control E, you are not comfortable, you're always comfortable with the ribbon menu options. You can go to Home tab. There is an option called Auto Sum towards your right in the group of editing group. This is your group. Within that fill is there. Within fill, you have the option called Flash Fill. All right. Now, once we have got this Flash Fill, so now the question is about, as I told you in the day one, I'll keep asking a lot of questions about taking your feedback. So being a Excel user, Aishwarya, are you happy knowing about the tool?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So Aishwarya is happy. Fine. So Nagraj, are you happy having a teammate like Aishwarya who does the work in no time?
Yes.
Who doesn't want? Everyone wants a efficient teammate, isn't it? Fine. Now, coming back to the step two. When we know when boss is appreciating the work, boss is quite happy with us, then what's happens next, Aishwarya?
Additional responsibilities will be given.
Right. Good. You be ready for that then. So, same thing happened with our friend Aishwarya. Immediately, our friend Nagraj asked to Aishwarya that, okay, thank you so much, Aishwarya, for giving the bank code. Now I am more interested seeing the bank account numbers. So the question mark, whatever it is running in our mind, saying that if at all anything somewhere in the middle, if it is there, is it going to extract the data for us? So let's go and check it out. So now bank code, we have got it. Bank account number, which is in the middle of the statement, we are going to extract it. For that, rule number one, next to the data, the column should be blank. So let's start with that first. And going back to our bank account number, the moment you go and select your bank account number and copy that, going to the next column and paste it, and then go for Control E, what is happening? Is it giving you the results properly? Check it out. Did you receive all your bank codes in the same fashion? Not to go very far, go for the second case itself. Did you receive the bank codes properly, bank account numbers properly? So what's your understanding whether flash fill works? No. Yes, anybody else? What's your perception? Flash fill is working or not? So technically people, flash fill is working. Okay. If flash fill was not working, then how this data is coming up? Except the first one, how the rest of data is coming up? It is because of flash fill only. But the output is not up to the desired format. That is what we can say. So what is that you have understood? Flash fill, all the cases it's not going to work. But yes, 90% goes and works like a charm. So in this case, why it did not work properly? It worked, but the format or output what it has given, it is not matching with our required format. And why this is happening? For that, you need to understand some concept of our Excel people again. Yeah, exactly. So in Excel, when you are working with your data entry operation, just watch my screen. If I go and type my data, okay, how many characters are there? If I want to know, I can go for a formula called len. So it shows me all the 10 characters. So can you see all the 10 characters are visible? Yes. Now, if I go and add one more character, is it visible? Yes. If I go for adding one more character, now can you see? Can you read your data? No. So what is the problem you have now? Excel can store up to 11 characters of the data if you are trying to store the data in a number format. And if it is exceeding 11 characters, it will show something like this. But in our case, we don't bother about the format, though it is number, text, or general, whatever it is. But my characters should be in a readable state. So same data, if I want to present it in a proper readable format, what we can do, we can go for our same data cell. We'll keep the cursor in the beginning and we'll type one apostrophe, one single quote. So this is a simple message. Anything you store with one apostrophe or single quote, Excel try to store the data in a text format. Now see the beauty? It stores the data. Can you read all the characters? Yes, same 12 characters now, but I am able to read it. Now, to understand that it is the storing the data in text format, can you see the green color flag symbols are there? In day one, we discussed the data clean one or data clean two, where the green symbols were there, green color flag symbols were there. It is a simple message, maybe in general or text format. So here, understanding the concept, when you come back to our data people, what is that we have understood? The moment we go for flash fill, it is trying to store the data in a number format. That's why we are facing this kind of trouble. So what we can do exactly is we can go back to our data. We can select the bank account numbers completely. Then we need to copy that. We need to go to the next column. But before pasting, we should go for one apostrophe. And when you go for one apostrophe and paste it, this is going to store the data in a text format. Now, the same we can apply for others. Control E. Now, you see, even though I have got some zeros in the left, or any bank account number starts with zero, so it has got its own significance. So everything I'm getting it. So this is how, when you are dealing with the numbers, how to extract it properly, people, we have also understood. Now, coming back to rule number 2, this data is there. We need to go for copy, right click, paste special values. We should not forget to do that. Now, coming back to next, if I would like to give the header, now I can give it like bank account number. Now, suppose say I don't want this green color flag symbols. Yes, we can select, and that yellow color triangle symbol is there. We can choose the option ignore error. and this will be ready. So this is how people, even though something in the middle, we can extract our data as long as the pattern is creating by our flash fill. And if that pattern output is also matching with our requirements, we can go for it. So this is how people we have understood how to use flash fill over there in Excel. Hope it is working. Any doubt, any queries? All right, this is working, people. Any doubt or anybody needs my support, you can let me know. Now, the question is over here, where else we can apply this flash fill? Take a look. Just watch my screen. So do one thing along with me. Go to that data clean 3 sheet tab, right click upon the same and go for unhide. So when you go for this unhide option, you can see a dialog box appears where the entire sheet details will be listed over here. And you can select one option called text challenge. The sheet name is called text challenge. You can select and click OK. Now this text challenge, what you have over here, I'm shifting next to the data clean 3. Okay. Now take a look. Suppose say I'm working with some employee names, vendor names, or any other customer names. First name is appearing in one column. Last name is appearing in another column. So now my boss is not happy watching the same. He's telling Pravas, this is the name. Then why don't you combine in just one column? Why you are retaining two columns for separately for that? Well, to combine the data, what we do exactly? Anybody? To combine our first name and last name, what we can do exactly?
And you can use or concatenate you can use.
Yeah, concatenate, we call it as. Okay, so this is how 90% user they go for the formula called concatenate. But this is a very lengthy formula. Don't go for it. So rather, it is the best option. You can go for equal to first name, use ampersand, that is called and symbol, which will be acting like a concatenate operator. And then we need a space. So space is a delimiter. We must define within two double inverted quotes a space. Now, this will be combined with our first name, no doubt. But we have also last name to combine with. Again, ampersand and take the last name. So this is how the moment we have done with one cell, the same we can apply for others. Control Enter. Now things are ready, no issues. And this is how we combine our data. We know, right? I believe this is clear. Now, this is what the best option until you attend this training program. Okay. So now what we can do, see the beauty. We don't need to go for this kind of formula, function, help and all people. We can go for same. Just see the beauty. I'll go to my next column. I'll type my first case as hurry space shadow and control E. Done. One simple keyboard shortcut is doing the job for me. So my formula size is not heavy, file size will not be heavy. I'm not unwantedly spending any kind of time, just a simple keyboard shortcut. So this is how people for concatenation or conjoining also you can use flash fill. Now similarly, suppose say I have got the data, now name is in one column, first name, last name, everything combined in one column, and I need to separate the same. Ideally, if you ask anybody, they say go for text to column only, but that is also not needed. See how it works. Suppose this is my data and I want to separate it, first name in one column, last name in other column. Simply I go for next column, type hurry, and here type Sadu, hurry, Control E, Sadu, Control E, done. So with two keyboard shortcuts, entire story is over. So can you see that because of this flash fill, how your speed is also increasing, right? Give it a try. Right? This is one scenario. Now, one more scenario I'll take you through. Just watch my screen. There is a customer code. So we know our vendor code, customer code, employee code, it always comes with the alphanumeric combinations. Now, suppose say I want to separate my alphabets in one column and rest of the numbers into another column. So how to do that? Simple again, we can just go for the next column and I'll type A over here and then Control E. All the alphabets alone, it has been extracted for all the rest of the items. Similarly, I'll go for over here 0001 and then the moment we hit enter, is this giving me the zeros in the left? No. So this is the reason why what we need to do as we discussed. First to go for apostrophe 0001. We got exactly the 5 characters and then hit enter and go for Control E. So this is how people you can segregate your data, you can combine your data as long as the pattern is working for you. You can separate the data, extract your data from the data any place, either end or in the beginning or in the middle. Fine. So if you have any question, you can ask me. I gave you various scenarios where else you can use flash fill also. All right. So this is how people, the bottom line is whenever there is a need of data cleansing, the first thing it should come to your mind. Can I use flash fill? Suppose it doesn't work, then go for any other activities or in the tool or in the feature. That's a different story. But first thing you should apply flash fill. Okay. Now coming back to our data clean 3. So we have got bank code. We got the bank account number. Of course, Nagraj is quite happy. Now he immediately started expecting that saying, Aishwarya, why don't you get the bank names? You got me bank code. Thank you so much. You got the bank account number. I appreciate. Now, why don't you get the bank name? This is what Nagraj is asking. So how to get the bank name? Yes, people, give it a try. So now you are ready. You got to know the flash bill, the rules, everything, where else you can use those things also clear. So please bring our bank name. So anybody has received the answer? Do let me know. Yes. So full name is not coming. So can I tell something like that, Nagraj, to my boss? Sir, I'm not getting the result, but I'm partially getting. Is that a right way to express it? What boss is going to say? Say yes or no. Don't tell me I received partially 70%, 60%. Did you get the bank names properly? This is what people react in this way, isn't it? So JP is saying he has received. JP, did you receive the bank names properly? Check it out, please, again. Yes. So here, what happens? Why you are not getting your bank names properly? Flashfill is working or not? No. So why Flashfill is not working? Flashfill is working. Again, the pattern is not fitting to our requirement. So why this time Flashfill fails? Because Flashfill is unable to understand what kind of pattern it is going to take. Because if you look at the bank names, somewhere it is 5 space, somewhere it is 3 space, somewhere it is 2 space. If you look at the wordings, whatever the characters we have in the words, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 3, all this kind of inconsistent data type over here. So where your flash fill fails, then what is the option? What is the choice we have? Definitely, we have to go and depend upon the formula driven answers. So what kind of formula we can use over here? Just see. Next 2 minutes, just watch my screen. No need to do anything. Observe what I'm doing, understand the concept. Then I'll be giving time to try with. First, understand the concept. See, here to extract our bank name, think just like a layman. Okay, this is our data, right? Do you all agree?
Yes.
Right. Now, out of this, I need only the bank name. So if I want to get only the bank names, if I remove the unwanted data out of this, then definitely whatever it is left over, is it going to be our bank name? I repeat the same. Out of the entire bank statement, whatever the row we have the data, if the bank unwanted data like bank account number, bank code, anything, etc. is there, if I remove it, then the balance is left over nothing but the bank name. The same thing we are going to do now. Okay. How to do it? Just see. First, we need to identify the bank name. Okay. But we need to identify what is the unwanted data, the bank account number. So from bank account number only the unwanted data starts with. So what is the first bank account number? That is 2. So to how to get that, how to reach there, just see. We can go for a simple formula in our Excel naming called find. So find what it demands me, where is the data, find text, bank account number, comma, within text, where you want to find the bank account number in the data towards my left. Now this is going to return me an answer 27. What does it mean by 27? See, if I start counting my all the characters A as 1, B, I mean U as 2, S as 3 like that, then on 27th position, we have got bank character over here, bank account number over here, right? So 27th position, bank account number is starting with. And the same if I go and apply, it will be giving for all the places. Somewhere it is 29, somewhere 25, somewhere 35, like that. All right. Now, what I want over here is to ascertain certain characters from left, like to get something from right, we use the right formula. Similarly, to get something from the left, I can use my left formula. Now, this is going to demand me the text. Text is where in the left side, comma. Then it is asking me number of characters. So number of characters, if you look at my find formula is already giving me 27. And 27th character is the first character of the bank account number, right? Then why I would like to go for it, 27th? I'll just go for -1. If you look at from this data, I'll go for -1. So I don't want that 27th position. I just want one character less than that. And now bracket close for left. And the moment I hit Control Enter, can you see? As it is the entire data I'm going to receive from this file. So this is how people, when the formula driven, when your text and ready-made options like our AI tool FlashFill fails, we do have a choice going for the formula driven answer, and these are the formulas. So give it a try and check, is it working? Go with the same rhythm. First, try to identify the bank account number, then go for left formula. Don't start with the left formula first. Yes, Mantu, the formula, I'll first, again, I'll restart. Okay, then it will be more clear. Look at my screen. I'll go for my find formula. So taking the data bank account number, already it is there. Where I have to search in the data in the left. Then this gives me 27. So what I'll do, this entire find formula, I will retain in the formula called left. So left formula demands me text. So text is here, comma. Then it asks me number of characters. How many characters you are expecting from the left? So find is already giving me 27. But 27th character position is the first character of my bank account number, which I do not want. So I just take one character less than that. So 27 minus 1, automatically 26 characters will turn up. So this is how the moment I go for left and click it, it will return the values. And the same I can apply for others and got your answer. Right? So this is how people formula combinations, the nested formula, how to use it, where the flash will fails. We got also the basic understanding. This will be very, very helpful. It's not confined to just accounts, finance, production planning, wherever. In fact, if you're in HR, if you're in business analyst role, or you're doing the market research or after sales, wherever you are, you have to deal with all this kind of phases of actions. So there you have to take the right options. Fine. So can I take that everybody's clear with our data clean 3? Any questions? Yes, JP, Ashish, Kritika, Sunita, what is the status? Very good, working fine. Need help? Okay, you can share your screen. Let's see.
Here I couldn't get it.
Okay. No
to
problem.
all the column. Yes.
Right. We'll just work on that. Right. So first of all, the moment you have column D, you just select the whole column D, complete from the column header. Yes. Just press the delete button. Right. Now go to the first cell. Yes. Now the data where it is. You have deleted the data. Where is the data?
You
Towards
said
the
delete it.
Yep. No, you come towards the left. Yes. So first column B data was not proper. No, that data was not proper. That's what I'm saying. You delete that column.
C column, you mean,
You delete
or
that
D
also. You delete that also. First, you delete
bo
the column C completely. Control
C.
minus. Go for, yeah,
Yeah,
control
yeah. Do you
minus.
want me to delete both C and D or only C? What you
Both.
mean?
Both you
Oh,
delete. Control
okay.
minus. No, don't delete just the data. Control minus.
Okay. Yes.
Right. Now keep your cursor in the bank code column and insert take column. Right. Now
Yes.
the objective is first to get the bank account number. So go to the data set towards your left, select the bank account number completely. Yes, copy that. Come to the next column, define apostrophe first.
Apostrophe. I don't have it here in my keyboard.
You have that towards your left side of the enter key. You have got single quote, double quote, left side of your enter key.
I don't have it here.
No, see, you in your keypad, you have got alphabet J, K, L in the same line. You have the enter key.
Yes, I'm going to get it. Just give me a second, please.
Your screen share has been stopped. You can share
Oh,
your screen.
sorry for that.
It's okay, no problem.
Yes.
Huh. Now hit enter. Yeah.
Control
Yeah.
E, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Now copy paste special value, select everything. Control C. Okay. Right click on the same. Paste special values. Right. Now change the column header to bank account number. Right. Now create another column. Right. Now go for a formula in that naming called equal to find bracket open. Yep. Now data you have to pick from the right side because your bank account number is no. You are going with your left side. I told right side data. Bank account number is there in the right. Yes, that data, comma, you have to search in the left. So going to your left side. Yes, there you have to search. Now hit enter. You'll be getting a value called 27, right?
Yes.
Now go back to
Yes.
the same and open the formula by hitting F2 or function F2, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There you go and type before find left formula. Bracket open. Yes. Now read the formula. What it demands. It is asking where is the data. Data is there in your left. You just select that. B4. Yes. Comma. Then formula is demanding number of characters. How many characters from the left you are expecting? So find formula is already giving me some characters. And that is nothing but the first character of my bank account number, which I do not want. Then I should get one character less than that. So -1. And bracket close for left formula. Now hit enter. You'll be getting your data ready. Now the same you can apply for others. Double click on the fill
Uh,
handle. Double click. No. Fill handle. That is double click. Yes. Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
Yep. So this is how, friends, we have understood this data clean three story by using the data fill option, that is our flash fill, how to use it, we got the understanding, right? Now, coming back to the next.
Because I have a quick question on
Yes,
data
please ask.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So now initially we segregated the bank account and bank code, right?
Mhm.
So in the first instance, if I'm not segregating that, and I'm having the first, I mean the B column as it is. So if I want to just extract the, just the bank name,
Mhm.
how would we do? I'm just checking. Like I'm.
Well, in that case, you cannot go for flash fill, that is for sure. But is this ready-made formula like left and find alone is not going to be enough? You need to add some more. Like as I told you before, the moment you approach to Ashish for the solution, what he has given the solution, I gave you an example. If, mid, find, len, substitute, if header, this kind of combinations you have to use. Now, if you want to see the formula length, I'll show you one simple example. Since you are from HR side, you will be also needing such kind of support. I'll tell you what is the formula you have to use exactly. See, so this kind of formulas we have to use, such a lengthy formula. Can you see that? First name, last name, if I something middle, I have to extract this. So this kind of formula, if, find, is error, if error, len, substitute, all this kind of formulas we have to use. All right.
Yeah.
Fine then. So let's go for our next sheet, people, naming called data fill. So this is one of the beautiful example again, while dealing with our SAP driven data, we have to struggle. So let me first take you through the data, what we have with us. Suppose say my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire revenue report. So I gave a respective T code in my system and I could generate near about 1 lakh records downloaded from my SAP. And it comes in this format, like name of the store, in which city I have the store, and these are the products I'm selling it to my customer in my outlet, and this is the revenue data I have of mine. So like this, I have got 1 lakh records. Okay. Now take an example. I am into FMCG or food products manufacturing company, and I am into organic products. I do manufacture and sell in my outlets. And multiple cities I have got the outlets. And this is what the report. Now, when I submitted this report to my boss, he's not happy. He's telling, Prabhas, this data is of no use for me. Keep it with you. What I want to see is only the records related to vanilla powder. I don't want to see any of the records. I want to see only vanilla powder related records. So how will I present it? Anybody? Hope the ask is clear. Okay, fine. Is it really so difficult? When we have huge volume of data and you want to showcase some specific information out of this, ideally what we prefer to go? We go for filter, right? Yes or no?
It's
Right. So we'll go and apply filter where in the product description column, right? So how to apply filter? We go for selecting the same. We go for Control Shift L, Alt D, FF, or we go to data, we go for filter, or we go for right click, we go for filter. So we have got multiple choice options to apply filter, isn't it? Now we go for product descriptions to filter out. What is that? We'll first deselect all. Then we'll go for vanilla powder to filter, or we can go to search box also. We can type vanilla powder over there. Now, the moment I have done with this and click OK, I'm able to apply my filter vanilla powder. That is fine completely. I'm able to showcase the results. Now, Are you happy doing this?
No, branch
So,
name is not the store details.
well, that's not the concern right now. My question is, doing filter in this kind of process or this kind of activity or taking this much of time for filter action, are you happy? Of course, yes, this is what the practice we have. Nagraj also will not deny about it. Yes, Nagraj?
Yes,
JP also will not deny because Prabhas, this is what our regular activity and we do like this. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong. So where the thing it has gone wrong, why I'm putting so much of emphasis on this is people, the amount of time what we are spending for filter is not accepted. Reason? If a standard 5 student is learning Excel for the first time and he is doing the filter like this, it's okay for him. Not like a professionals like us. We cannot afford this much of time for filter as well. So how to have a quick filter over there in our data set? That is what our objective for doing the same. See the beauty. I can take the help of my mouse. My boss is expecting vanilla powder related records. I'll take to vanilla powder, right click on that filter selected by cell value. See how quick it is. Same filter buttons are activating. Same data is also getting filtered, but I'm not doing the operation of Control Shift L, again opening the filter button, then select all to deselect and typing the text in the search box. I'm not doing any kind of activity. So get a feel. Don't you think that it is the quickest or easiest way to do the filter? Do you agree with me? So it's not necessary or mandatory that only keyboard shortcut is going to do the job with no time. Sometimes mouse options also better than the keyboard, but very rare case. So this is one of the rare case. Okay. So we got to know now that with mouse, how to do a quick filter. Any questions from anybody? Fine. Now take a look. Suppose over here I did vanilla powder related filter selected by cell value. My boss is still not happy, right? Why? Anybody? Yes, Nagraj, you were saying something.
no. Store details is not there.
So since store detail, which outlet that vanilla powder related records pertaining to belong to, this is not giving the clarity. So in this case, can our friend Aishwarya ask a question in return to Nagraj that Nagraj, why you are asking the job in installments? You could have asked me before itself that get me store detail wise or store wise or city wise vanilla powder related records. And I could have done something. I could have made some arrangements. I could have got the data. Now you asked me first vanilla powder. I did it. Now again you are asking me for store detail. So Aishwarya, can you ask your boss something like this?
I could. I could.
Okay. If your boss is so friendly and he's or she is giving a comfort zone to work with, you could ask. But ideal situation, can you ask anybody? No. And even if you ask, what will be Nagraj's reply? Nagraj will tell, listen the whole story. Aishwarya, since how long you are working with me in my team? Every month end, I am asking this kind of report and you are asking the same question. So just grow up, understand things, right? So this is how people react. So what you have understood from the entire story, see, when Nagraj asked for vanilla powder related records, this was just a demand. And in corporate, demand will be always less, but expectation will be always high. And when Aishwarya has to present this report, she should have presented the report along with the vanilla powder related records belong to which store. So those things she should have presented. And then only she could have made an impact or she could have exceeded the expectation of Nagraj and she could have made the things better. Since she did not do it, then it is always in the backseat. So now we are not going to make it happen like that. So whenever this is the kind of stuff comes to us people, first of all, why this kind of situation comes? Because this is what a default scenario in the our SAP or ERP, any version of ERP, though it is IBM, Oracle, or SAP SuccessFactors, or SAP HANA, SAP 6, anything. When you have a huge volume of data, instead of having the repetitive data over here, they will be just returning only in the first row. And it is a very simple message that these are the data pertaining to Mumbai unit. These are the data belong to Mumbai unit. It is easy for understand for display. But this data is not ready for any kind of calculation unless and until you fill this store detail column with the ready-made store names. Neither you can go for filter nor you can prepare a pivot. Nothing can be done out of this. But now the question is how to do that. I have got 1 lakh records. So the best option what you can do is keep your cursor in the store detail column header and you got to select the whole column. So how to select this entire column when the non-contiguous cells or the blank cells are there in regular intervals? The best option. You can take the help of your scroll bar and come to the extreme bottom. And you can notice your last row item is visible. But ideally, where is your active cell is there? What is the meaning by active cell? Just see. In our window, if you look at the active cell is over here. My current cell is still selected in A3. So this is called your active cell, technically called name box. And this active cell reference we need the most in our macro coding also. So remember this word active cell. Okay. Now my cursor is there in A3, but I have navigated up to A63, right? Fine. Now I'll take my mouse pointer. Don't click anywhere, just take your mouse pointer to the last row. But when you want to select, hold your shift button and select the last cell item. And immediately, starting from the current cell, that is A3, till the last cell what you have selected, automatically it is being selected now. So this is the best way to select the non-contiguous cells, or if you have some regular intervals the blank cells are there, or if your data is not filled up with all the cells and you have got some blanks, this is the way you should select. All right, so selection is done. Now go for Control G. Do you remember in day one we discussed something called data clean one, and there we use this option. And there you go to special, click the special tab, and then in go to special, choose blanks. And when you go to blanks over here and click OK, just watch your screen, what is happening. Don't do anything else. Out of the entire column, can you see only the blank cells are alone in selection? Yes. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, immediately go for equal to. And this will start typing in the first blank cell of your range. Now, just click the above cell or the previous cell. Just click the above one and immediately hit Control Enter. So when you hit Control Enter, can you see the entire column of our store detail is being populated with your respective store names? And now if you want to filter only for vanilla powder, right click, filter, selected by cell value, and we got the records. So this is how people, you have to do some time saving activities first to make your data ready. Whenever you download the data from SAP or ERP, if you face this kind of situation and for further analysis of your data, this is very much needed. All right, so take a look at that. Is it working? Any doubt, any queries? Yes, Pratika, you can select the complete column. I'm doing or repeating. Those who have done, you can practice in case two also. So you can focus on screen Kritika. See, I will be keeping my cursor in the store detail. I will take my cursor towards down, that is by taking this scroll bar, and I'll be seeing my last cell is visible, but my current cell is selected G3, that is store detail header. Now taking the mouse pointer to the last cell, holding the shift button, you have to click. So the entire column will be selected. Now go for Control G, and then you should go for this special tab, and then you should go for blanks, and then click OK. So when you click OK, you can notice out of the entire column, only the blank cells are alone in selection. Now, having said this, leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, immediately type equal to. So it will start typing in your first blank cell. Now just click the above cell and hit Control Enter, and your data will be ready. Right? So I believe everybody is clear. Anybody is getting still some trouble, do let me know.
So can I share my screen?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Nagaraj, would you mind helping Kritika?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Uh, can you scroll down? You can select from store details. Yeah, please come down by scrolling right so that you can come to end. Okay, instead of that, you can come by cursor. Yeah, not that much. Okay, that also fine. Okay, but shift. Okay, come. You're taking okay. You can select last column so they will no.
That's what I
Just
think
select.
I'm
Okay.
unable to
Uh,
do.
ju- uh, hello. Just come
Yeah.
down. Come down means you can cursor by use cursor and come down. Yeah. End. Come end. No cursor. You can. It's
Okay.
not
And
going.
yeah,
Yeah.
done.
Okay. Then no control control Z.
Yeah.
Can you come down by using cursor? Right side. What you call
This
Scroll
one.
bar.
show bar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Select end. Yeah. Shift.
Select this cell.
Yes. No, you selected one column only.
Okay.
Before that, we have to press shift button so that it will select up to store details.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
this
it
is
this?
also okay. Then
Okay.
Control G,
Control G. Yeah.
special. Below special is there. Alt S. Before that, oh,
Okay.
yeah. In that blank, fourth
Yeah.
options. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can press is equal to. Okay. Select first column. First Mumbai is there, right? That we can select. F
This thing.
A4. Yes,
Okay.
A4. Yes. Now control enter. Control enter. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. The same thing you can do for uh, case 2 also.
And then after that, how you filter it? I mean,
Okay. If you want vanilla only, just come to
hmm.
vanilla powder or any related product. Right click, filter. Yeah, filter by selected sales value. That only will select or filter. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Prabha, you can take.
Yeah. So I'm taking the control back on the screen. So I believe this is clear for everyone. And now let's go to our next sheet over here, naming called sorting. So here, let's focus with our data first. So suppose say my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire employee related records. So I gave my respective T code and I could generate near about 10,000 line items, one data set like this. Department name is there, employee name is available, date of joining, and the salary they draw. Complete picture is there. But looking at this data, my boss is not happy. Why he's not happy or what he's up to? Let's discuss. He's saying, Prabhas, this data is of no use for me. Just get me the data arranged based on the department. So why he's so particular about the department? If you look at in our department, what is the first one we have? Finance, second, admin, third, HR, fourth, finance. Means the data is there, but it is shuffled, it is jumbled. That's why it is not in a meaningful format. And boss is expecting, so I should bring all my department data together at one place and I should present it. All right. Now, to do the data arrangement, we have got a beautiful tool called sorting. And this is what we have been doing also quite so many times. Now the question is, when you go for sorting, how it sort the data? There are three different types of data sorting we have. One, if it is alphabets A to Z or Z to A, if it is a number smallest to largest or largest to smallest, if it is a date oldest to newest or newest to oldest. This is how the data is being sorted. Now, if I want to sort my data, then in our window interface, there are three different locations we find the sorting where you can sort, you can select your data, you can go to home tab, you can go for sort and filter, and there we have a custom sort. This is our first option. Else we can go to our data menu and over there we do have a sorting option. Else we can right click on the data also. We can go for sort and custom sort. So whichever it is comfortable for you, you can opt it. But if you ask me, Tavas, what's your best recommendation? I will always prefer to work with keyboard shortcut because sorting is a action we'll be doing 1,000 times in a day. Okay, so better train ourselves in the keyboard shortcut Alt D S. Okay, so select our data and go for Alt D S. Check, is it working? Sorting dialog box. Now sort by. When I go for it, my boss is expecting based on the department. Yes, I should select. Then what's the next one? Order A to Z, Z to A, let it be. But remember one thing, sometimes people commits a mistake. What they do, they don't get this column headers and they go and sort by the column headers. They don't get the discount column headers what we have existing. They always get this column name, column 1, column 2, or column B, column C. So in that case, you have to always focus with one thing. If you have selected your data and your data has a column header like this, you must see this option is on. Yes, Ashish, it is Alt D S one by one here. Alt D S, D for data, S for sorting. Okay. So now when you go for it, this is what the department from the first drop down you have to select and order, no changes. Ensure my data has header option is on. And once you click OK, you could see each and every department wise data is now brought into one place and now it is turning up with a meaningful data presentation. All right. So hope it is clear what we did. Any difficulties in understanding? Any questions? Now, the moment I have got these things and I have presented to my boss, he's still not happy. Why? Any reason? Yes, boss. Why he's not happy? Who is our boss? Yes, people, we have started a story since our day one, right? Who is presenting all these things?
Date of joining is not in order now. Again, we need to sort again.
No, my question was not that. My question was, who is the boss and who is the presenter? Yes.
All are telling
Good.
my name.
Yeah, good on. You should remember that. Yes. So who is the presenter? Boss we have identified from our story. You
Aishwarya.
remember? Yeah, Aishwarya, right. So Aishwarya is presenting this. Nagraj is watching, but Nagraj is not happy with this. So let's start asking the question first with Aishwarya. Aishwarya, why Nagraj is not happy? Now, rest of our people are audience. So audience, you can also support to Aishwarya. Why Nagraj is not happy? Ah,
The data is not up, I mean, doesn't look presentable.
presentable. So what you believe that you could do so that Nagraj will be happy on that? So JP is giving a helping hand that Aishwarya should have presented department-wise salary. That's a good one. Appreciated. Nagraj, do you agree with JP?
Yes.
Good.
Summary of the data and date of joining, who is who joined first, and department wise, that
Hmm.
also sort can be done.
Right. Okay. Let me take you through. Think like a layman. No need to have some extraordinary thought. Put yourself in the audience shoes. If you're watching the data, department-wise data, you have given it to your boss. Now, if you look at the other columns, which is having the next importance after department, which is having the most important data out of other three columns. Name, do you think that really anybody is interested to know? Date of joining is of least importance in compared to salary. Do you agree? Yes. So first of all, you have to focus with the salary. So my boss, why he's not happy, or Nagraj, why he's not happy, I will tell you. So Nagraj is telling to Aishwarya now that Aishwarya, you have given me the department-wise data, no doubt. But what I want to see is in each and every department, whatever the highest salary should be there in the top, and whatever the lowest salary should be there in the bottom. So this is what Nagraj is expecting from Aishwarya. And that is what we call it as multi-layer sorting or multi-level sorting. So how to get our multi-layer sorting? Let's go for it. So select your data, please, and go for same keyboard shortcut, Alt D S. Already department-wise sorting happens. You don't need to touch that. You should not tamper it, alternate it, or modify it. Just go to the top left corner. You have an option called Add Label. And when you go for this Add Label option, you can see a blank layer is turning up. There you go and choose the option called Salary. And salary, what type of data it is holding? The numbers. And when you have the numbers, order also changes. Smallest to largest or largest to smallest. What Nagaraj is expecting from Aishwarya? Largest to smallest. So once you do so, Aishwarya, now Nagaraj will be definitely happy by department wise, whatever the highest salary in the top and the lowest one in the bottom, right? So this is how people we have understood how to create multiple layer sorting over there, and there is a limitation in Excel. You can do this kind of sorting layers maximum up to 30 levels, 30. That is the limitation, but we never go beyond that limit also. Hardly 10 to 12 or maximum I have seen so far 15 layer of sortings in my whole life. Yes, Venkat, what is the trouble? Have you got your first layer of sorting department wise ready?
Yes, yes, that is ready.
Now, yeah, now go to the same sorting, selecting the data, go for same sorting and
Yeah.
go for add label. In the top left corner, you have an option called add label. You can go for that.
Okay,
And
yeah.
one more layer will come. You should choose salary, and order you should change largest to smallest. This is all right, Venkat. Is it working?
Yes, yes,
Right,
working. Thank you.
right. Fine. Welcome. No problem. Now, so Aishwarya, hope you have connected with the things, whatever it was demanded or whatever it was been expected by your boss, Mr. Nagraj.
Yes.
Right. All of your other friends, are you clear how you are supposed to present your data? Though it is not ever asked or demanded, you are supposed to present something like this. Now, let me take this to the next level. Now, Nagraj is happy, but none of the audience is happy watching the same. So, what is missing? Boss is happy, but audience is not happy. So, as I told you in day one, nowadays, audience is having a different level of expectation. So, what you did, anybody can do. Sorting is something anybody's task, anybody can do that. So when people will be happy, when you do something different, when you give some more add-on to the data, when you do some value additions to your work, then only people will be happy. So what else we could have done it over here to make our audience happy? I'm not asking something new, just focus with our day one, you got the answer with you. Can somebody?
We could have highlighted the departments in a different way in with a neat table.
Okay. So I understand you could have entire data could have converted into table. You mean to say that, correct?
And with the different colors for the different department. I mean the table colors.
Do you think that people will be happy seeing the colors? I told you yesterday, too much of color, again, our file size will be heavy. Colors are not going to give a value addition to the work. Rather, it will be making your file size huge. But no problem, that's your thought process, but you are not supposed to use that. Yes, anybody else? Don't you think that we could have added one more column as employees experience? We did something yesterday, right? The hidden formula of Excel called date diff. Did you remember? Right? Yes, not age exactly, JP, since this is the date of joining, not date of birth. So you should go for only experience, right? So here we should go for our work experience of the employees, isn't it? So how to go for it? Yesterday we did a formula called date diff. Just watch my screen if you are not clear or unable to remember. Start date is my date of joining. Then end date is today's date, comma. We are presenting the expression in terms of years, so I should take within two double inverted quotes y over there. Simple. We got the answer. Now the same I can apply for others. So don't you think that this could be a value additions to my data? What say? Is there anything new? No, this is what we learned already, right? So same thing, we could have done it, right? And then yesterday I told you that you should present your data, make it data presentable. So if you remember, we discussed something called data can be converted into table format, and we could do a lot of things over here. So similarly, same data we could have presented in a tabular format to make it, it's a better one bit, isn't it? So all these things, people, nobody will be asking it. You have to give it from you so that your presentations will be different and there will be a value addition to your work. And people, that is what they're expecting from you, some uniqueness, some creativity, and your presentation makes you different from others. So this is how what we have yesterday learned we could apply over here, not a big deal. Now, here, this is one phase of action. Fine. Now I'm going to take you through how to present all these things, matching all the requirement, meeting all the needs, whatever my boss is looking at, whatever my audience is looking at, everything. how to make it and make it more beautiful, make it more presentable. And people, whoever is watching my data, they should clap and say, wow, what a beautiful presentation. Let's go for it. So we have a data set towards our right, same data, same employee data only. Now select it. Start working with me, people. Select it and go for data sorting and sort by no more by the department, go for salary. And when you go for salary, choose order largest to smallest. And when you go for largest to smallest and click OK, you could see your data is sorted in largest to smallest order. No doubt. Step 1 is completed. Can I take the confirmation that everybody has sorted the data? Yes, people, I got 3 confirmation. How about others? All right. Now, once we have done with this, step 2, select your data and convert your data into table. I told you a keyboard shortcut, how to convert your data into table format. Anybody quickly? Control T. Very good, Nagraj. So Control T, T for Tango, T for table. The moment you hit enter, this is going to convert your data into tabular format. All right. Now, step 3. Keeping your cursor anywhere in the table, go to the extreme right of your ribbon tab, naming called Table Design. Table Design. And in this table design, you have the immediate below option called Filter button. One checkbox is activated. You got to deactivate that checkbox. So once you deactivate this, immediately from your data, you could see all these filter buttons are removed, right? So deactivating the filter button, all the filter buttons have been removed from our data set. Now, step 4, keeping your cursor above to the date of joining cell and name it as total. Name it as total. Now, when you go for total cell, keep your cursor towards the right side of your total cell and define a formula naming called subtotal. There is a beautiful formula Microsoft Excel has called subtotal. Very powerful, but bit peculiar also. Why it is peculiar? Because it has got many more functions inside this formula. So now we are going to use the formula number called 9, which is defining called sum formula. So same, you can go for double click or you can go for 9 manually in the formula box. That's also fine. So I'll go for double click over here. And 9 will be embedded in my formula box, comma. So we have declared that subtotal function should use sum, but where to apply sum? Select your salary column first value and select the rest and hit enter. You will be getting a total naming call 29 lakhs 11,878. Just check it out. All of you have done up to this. All of you received the same total. Now, once we have done with this, keep your cursor above to the total cell. Keep your cursor above to the total cell and go to your insert tab. You have an option, a group called illustrations. And within that, we have the shapes option. So take a rectangular shape, take a rectangular shape and just draw over there in this format, the way I'm doing it. So we have drawn the shape. Now, just do one thing. There is a shape format in your extreme right of your ribbon tab will be activated once you select this shape. Go there and do some formatting changes. You can change the colors by going to the shape fill, or you can take some ready-made options from the theme style box over here. From this box, you can go for the more button. Now I'm taking one. Okay. So we have designed our shape. Now, uh, you will be definitely having JP. See, you got to go to insert, you got to go for the shapes, and you have to take the rectangle. And once you've drawn this, if you select, you will be having a format tab. Since you are in 2016, the name would be slightly different. It may be a name called format, not shape format, it may be format. Just check it out. That will be activated only if you select that shape. If it is still not there, you can share the screen. I can guide you. Yes, JP, did you get that? Okay. Mhm. Right. Insert. Okay. So you are in the sorting tab. Insert. That shape options are deactivated for you. That's the trouble. Now keep the cursor outside, just outside anywhere. Instead of that cell, take something different. Go up, please. Yeah. Okay. So the problem is over here. Now just do one thing. This data alone you select, starting from this M4, 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 not 5. No, no, no. M4. Yeah, you are in the column H. Perfect. H4. Starting from H4, you select H4. Hmm. Towards your right, towards your down. Yeah. Copy, copy. Open a new workbook, Control N, and paste it. Come down, 2, 3 rows down. No, no, 2, 3 rows down. Yes, paste it. Yeah. Now go for Alt OCA. Alt OCA. Okay, that's fine. Now just keep your cursor in the table, and table design, that is design is activated in the extreme right. You could see design is activated. Yeah, go there and deactivate the filter button towards your right. Now go to the cell above to the total. Yes. Now go to the insert and shapes. You will be seeing that one shapes option is there towards your right little bit. 2, 3 options right. Yes. There you go for rectangle. Yes. Design that, draw that above to the total cell. Yeah, you draw it just the way you that you take it up from the bottom also. Yes. Reduce the height. Right. Now you got all these theme styles. You can see some colorful styles are there. In the format tab, you have got multiple colorful styles. You take any style out of it. Now that you extend it towards your right, you just increase the width exactly matching with your salary column, the alignment. Yes, perfect. That's it. Now, so JP, it's your personal laptop or office laptop?
It's my office laptop, sir.
Okay. No, because in 2016 you are using some features, always you will be facing this kind of trouble because this
Ah,
is a activated version. I mean, not to face any kind of trouble, I would suggest if you get a chance, take the help of IT and get it upgraded to 365.
Yeah, I've already communicated, sir.
Right, right. All right, so I'm taking the control back in the screen, people, over here. And now, once we have done this, please stay focused. What is the next thing we should do? Now, go to our that value total cell, that is 29 lakhs 878. Over here, we are going to discuss one thing, what we have done already in day one. Any format to convert to currency format, Control Shift 4. So keeping the cursor in that total value, Control Shift and 4. Can you see it is applying the our default currency symbol? So you might be having dollars, I'm having rupees because my control panel settings for India's I have done the settings, that's why I'm getting INR symbol. You might be getting dollars, but you get that symbol. Is it there? Control Shift 4 to convert any format to currency format, nothing else. Now, as we discussed already in day one, if you do not want the decimals, post decimal characters, you can remove the same by hitting Alt H9 or going to Home tab, decrease decimal twice. So please go for it, whichever it is comfortable for you. Now, once we have done with this over here, just see the beauty. Select that shape, the shape what we have designed, please select that and take your mouse pointer to the formula bar. So this is called your formula bar. Take your mouse pointer there and type equal to, just type equal to over there and select that total cell that is 29 lakhs 11,878. Select that cell and hit enter. So once you hit enter, the same value will be populated in that shape. And now you can change the font color of that shape, whatever we have, going to the format text fill and choose the color to white. Choose the color to white color. So that since we are using high contrast color or the high definition color, then the font color should be contrast to the background. And if you need to increase the font size, of course, Control Shift and greater than symbol, you can type or keep hitting Control Shift and greater than symbol to increase the font size. Nothing else. The same key works for your MS Outlook, MS PowerPoint, MS Word as well. Control Shift greater than symbol. Not with the grid arrow key, just go for that. Now, to make it center, go for Control E. So this is how we done the changes with that shape. Okay. So kindly confirm the shape is also showing the exact value what we have in our salary column total cell in the above. Right. Now the same, you can just drag it and cover those pictures, whatever we have created in this fashion. Okay. Now, once we have done with this, keep your cursor anywhere in this table data and go to same design or table design. You can go for that in the last tab, whichever it is coming up in the ribbon tab. And there we have a beautiful option naming called insert slicer. Insert slicer. Okay. So when you go to insert slicer over here, then immediately a dialog box appears where you can see your department column. That checkbox is not activated. So you got to activate the same. And the moment you click OK, you will be finding a box will be appearing having all the department unique names over here. And this box, you can hold it and drag it to the right side of your data set. Now things are ready. Now see the beauty. Whenever any of my audience asks me, Prabhas, we want to see the HR records, just click on human resource. Only HR details will be displayed on the screen. And what is the total salary of HR? Is it that shape box, whatever we have created, displaying all the data? Yes. What is the highest salary of HR? Is it the first row item telling the story? Yes. What is the lowest salary we have offered for HR? That is also reflecting in the bottom line. Now, if somebody from finance it asks me question, go for finance, all the finance records will be displayed. If suppose looking for marketing, all the marketing records will be displayed. Can you see how the things have become more dynamic? Now you tell me, when you go and present it, which one people prefer to see? Option one or option two? Obviously, everybody will prefer to see the same what we have presented. We have not done anything extraordinary over here. Same thing we are presenting, but our presentation styles is different. So this is how people, the techniques, whatever I told you, this will be helping you while creating some kind of dashboards and all in Excel. And this is going to steal the show. So here, now if I want to restore my data, you can go to this department checkbox in the top right corner. Can you see one clear filter one button is there? So when you click it, the entire things will be restored. Okay. Trust me, when you go and present it, somebody from the presentation side, he's going to ask a question. Everything is fine, Prabhas, but how do you get this? Because this slicer option, people believe this is possible only if you have a pivot. But where we did apply this, we have applied in a table. So how this slicer comes into picture? Because we have converted our data into table. So we come to know one more advantage of formatting as table option now again today, right? So this is how people taking the live data, keep practicing and try to present it differently. Trust me, you can definitely bag a better place at your workplace. Any doubt, any questions in these sortings, people? You can ask me. All clear?
So can you repeat this insert once at last?
Last slicer, you mean to say?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Keep your cursor in the table anywhere. You can see extreme right ribbon tab, table design or design something is showing. So in that design or table design tab, if you go and explore, there is an option called insert slicer will be available.
Yeah.
And then you go and click, there will be a dialog box appears where department checkbox is not activated. You have to activate that checkbox.
Yes.
And click OK. So this kind of box will be ready and that alone you have to just place it next to the data.
Yeah, got it.
Right. So this will be very, very helpful, as I said to you. So depending upon the number of variables, you can keep creating multiple slicers also. It's not only for just department I have created. Suppose you have a cost center, you have a, say, your dealers, some zones, east, west, north, south, something like that. Or if you have got multiple years data also, you can also create a slicer for years. So there are so many things you can do, and we are going to explore the same thing more in our day 3 when you go for our data analysis or summarization. Okay. So kindly save all your workbooks. And now we are going to discuss the next sheet is called multi-DB filter. So multi-database filter, how to operate, how to deal with the same, we are going to discuss. Say, take an example. I have got 2 units data over here. Suppose say I am working in a company and my company has multiple cities presence or multiple plants I have. So say, take an example. I have a plant in Chennai and I have a plant in Pune as well. So this is my Chennai data and this is my Pune data. Take a look. So what my boss is saying, keep Prabhas, get me only Karnataka records from Chennai plant and get me only April month record from Pune plant. I repeat, from Chennai, boss is expecting only Karnataka related records, and from Pune, he is expecting only April month record. So if that is the case, how to present it? So we know we can go for simply Karnataka from Chennai. I'll go for filter selected by cell value. I got my data, right? Similarly, if I go to Pune and I select April and right click filter selected by cell value, what is happening? My Pune data is getting filtered, but whatever the filter I had in Chennai data, this is gone. Can you see that? So what you have understood from this, the moment we go for this kind of exercise, what you have understood that when you go for a filter, if you have multiple data sets in a single sheet, you can apply filter only with one data set. You cannot have filter with multiple data sets because filter itself is a toggle key. First impressions to activate filter, second impressions to deactivate filter. So this was a concern, a major drawback you could say of Excel since 1985 till 2003 version of Microsoft Excel. We are unable to do that. So one sheet, only one setup of data, only we can present it. But now we have got multiple sets of data. So how to present it? So this is no more a challenge since we are working in Office 365. See the beauty. Select your data and convert your data into table. What is the shortcut? Control T. Now my first data, that is Chennai data, is applied with the table format. I could go to my region. Now which data? Karnataka is filtered. Now can you see? Though I have got the option before 5 minutes, I'm unable to operate, but simply playing the trick, converting the data into table, I could apply multiple filters. Even though I've got 4 to 5 multiple data sets, I can showcase in one screen. So that's what the beauty of our format as table again. So today we explore two more advantages. When you convert your data into table, you can apply slicers. If you convert your data into table, you can have multiple filters also. Kindly confirm all these things are happening. Any doubt, any queries? Fine then. So we are good with our multi-DB filter also, people. Any concerns, any queries? If you have, you can ask me. All right then. So let us go to our next sheet, naming called data visualization. So we'll come back to this sheet and we'll work after a short break. So in my system, it is 3:56 p.m. as per IST. Dot 4:10, again, we are going to catch up. So have a brisk and come back soon. And please ensure you're here by 4:10 and we'll start discussing the rest. All right, so I'll be in mute. I'll be back soon. All right, so I believe everyone is back. Got three confirmation. How about others? Okay, fine then. So let's go for our next topic, naming called data visualization. So to visualize our data, what is the first thing that comes to our mind? Anybody? If suppose somebody asks me, Prabhas, why don't you present your data in some kind of visuals? So what is the first thing that comes to our mind? Is it about charts and graphs? Do you all agree? Right? So different types of graphs like line graph, column graph, pie graph, bar graph, all these things we do. So here we are not going to discuss about that. I'm making it clear. We are not going to discuss anything with regard to charts and graphs. So here we are going to discuss about some data visualization purpose, some beautiful visual tools we have in our Microsoft Excel, and how to take those tools and how to use it along with our data, integrating the same and turning up a beautiful story or giving a value additions to our data. We are going to discuss that. All right, stay focused. Suppose say these are the 12 products I'm selling to my customers, and this is the revenue I have made it. Now, whatever I prepared over here, though it is consolidating multiple Excel sheets, Excel workbooks, anybody can do that, not a big task. But now the question is how to make it better. So do one thing along with me. Keep your cursor next to USD and over here type the name called visual. And once you do that, okay,
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Screen is not visible, sir.
not visible. Uh-huh. Now is it visible?
Yeah, now.
Yeah. So here what I'm talking about, just create a column naming called visual and little bit expand it, the column, and select the data range from the visual column and just go for equal to simply and take the help from the left. Take the help from the left and hit Control Enter. So when you hit Control Enter, you could find the similar data of USD column is being populated in my visual column. So you can ask me a question, Prabhas, why did you take a long route? You can do the simply copy paste work also. Yes, we could have done that. But the reason why I'm taking this is tomorrow when I go and change my USD column, I don't need to do again a copy paste work. Since it is formula driven, this is going to be get automated and this is going to be updated automatically. So that's why we did this. All right. So I believe your data is ready. Kindly confirm. Now, once we have done with this, select the visual column completely, the range I have selected. Go to our home tab. There's a beautiful option called conditional formatting, isn't it? Go for that. And then we have an option called data bars. So when you go for this data bars, it opens with two broad categories, naming called gradient fill and solid fill. So you can take any from the gradient fill. I like this blue color, light blue color data bar. So if you like this, you can take the same or you can take your own colors. And now see the beauty. You are getting a beautiful presentations over here. All right. So this is called our data bar visual presentations. Now, how it is different from a bar chart? Because more or less, if you look at this, it seems like a bar chart we have created, isn't it? But this is not a bar chart. And how it is different from bar chart? Let's have a discussion. If you create a bar chart, the data will be in one location, bar chart will be in another location. But here, the bars are exclusively applied on the cells. Advantage number one. Advantage number two, if you look at the bar chart, it will always occupy a lot of space of your Excel file. But here, this is going to occupy hardly some space in KBs. And that's why nowadays this is gaining more popularity whenever you go for dashboards or any kind of tabular report, summary reports, or templates. People love to see all those things. So what is this option about? This is nothing but in our home tab, conditional formatting, and option name is data bars, right? Now, once we have done with this over here, whatever we did so far, anybody can do that. It's not a rocket science, a simple selection of the data going to home, conditional formatting, we can populate that. So now the question is how to present in a better format. See, select your visual column completely, not the header, only the data points. Any point of time to see the backstage view of the conditional formatting or the rules, whatever it is applied in conditional formattings, you need to go to Home tab, Conditional Formatting. There is an option called Manage Rules. So this is the place where you have to navigate. Okay. So when you go for this Manage Rules option, and immediately it will take you to a dialog box like this. And here you can see one Edit Rule option will be available. So go for this Edit Rule option and it will take you to the backstage view like this. So this is the place where whatever the changes, modifications, alteration you want to do, changing the colors, applying the outline or anything you can do on this box. And there's one more beautiful option over here. What is that? Show bar only. A checkbox is there. Just see, it is not selected. You got to select it. And once you select, click OK. Again, click OK and see the beauty. So one column having the statistical data for yours, those who are interested to see your boring numbers, they can see that. And those who do not have the time, they're more fond of looking at the visuals, they can see this. And when you have made the things better in Excel, the same, if you happen to present in PowerPoint, now see the beauty. If I want to go to PowerPoint and present it, I can go for simply right click and paste as a image. All right. So this is how people, the moment you go for this, and when you are presenting it, whoever is there watching your presentation, definitely they will be happy watching the same. And this is what nowadays, more or less, people call it as a infographic presentation, and people will love to see that. And this is what mostly you'll be finding all the Big Four's presentations, or McKinsey and Co, Bain and Company, or the Boston Consulting Group. And what exactly is stealing the entire show is nothing but this visuals. Okay. So we got our understanding over here, how to present our data along with some visuals and adding more value to the presentations. Any doubt, any queries so far? All right. Now, once we have done with this over here, as I told you, whenever you present your data as it is, our audience doesn't like it because nowadays the audience is having a different level of expectation. I told you in day one as well. So that's what I've been keep on telling to you. So now the question is how to make our presentation better than others and how to present our data with a beautiful storytelling format so that people will be happy watching it. So just see the beauty. I will select my product and USD column, and the moment I go for data sorting, what is the shortcut? Alt DS and sort by USD column. And then order, I choose largest to smallest. The moment I click OK, can you see? A beautiful story turns up. What is that? From category 12, we made the maximum revenue. From category 4, we got the least revenue. So even if a layman is also sitting, he can make out what I'm trying to speak. Or in case of my absence, also somebody else is presenting, people are not going to struggle in understanding the data. Is it clear? Making sense? Now the same where we have presented in Excel. Now suppose say somebody else from my audience that they ask me, Prabhas, why don't you present in PowerPoint? I can go and present it, no doubt about it. So when I go and try to present it in this format, and when I'm showing it to the people, which one people prefer to see? Option one or option two? As an audience, if you are looking at which one you like the most, option one or option two? Definitely option two. So this is how people, small things makes a huge impact. But only thing is, it depends how you are presenting it. And this is what, as I told you, it's not only just I am saying to you all these things. I'll take you through some real-time report of one of the big four. You also can connect with that. Just see, watch my screen, no need to do anything. So I'll take you through this desktop, online training. See, this is what, as I was telling you, okay, nothing called infographic presentation, right? Now, situation one, whatever we did, is it clear? Any question? Fine. Now, once we have done with this, just analyze the same situation for one more minute. Just watch my screen. If you look at these visuals, okay, how is this exactly the directions? If you look at how it is happening, it is appearing as if always it's starting from left and moving towards right, because in left it is of dark blue, and when it moves towards the right, it becomes more light, isn't it? So it is moving from left to right because all the places the value is positive. What if I have a negative any point of time? We know the bar direction will change from right to left. And if it is negative, what should be the ideal colors we should present it for the negatives? We go for red. So take a look. If I need to present it over here in category one, suppose say I have got some credit balance from the customers I have received, suppose say over here. I go for -4500 and see the beauty. Instantly, it will be giving that impact to my visualization also without any extra efforts. So this is how the inbuilt formatting options we have in our data bars, people, so that you can showcase your negative value separately and it will bring the audience attentions towards your data. So this is how people, you can always go for this kind of data bar style. All right. So situation one, whatever we discussed, I believe it's clear for everyone. It's working for everyone. All right. Now we'll go for our situation two. So let us go and explore what are the other data visualization tools we have in our Microsoft Excel to make our data presentation even more better. Just see. So same product wise USD columns is there. Yeah. Keep your cursor next to USD column and there you go for typing the text called visual. Now, just expand this visual column like this little bit, expand this. And now select your USD column data. Don't select the header, only select the data points. Then go to our insert. You'll be finding a group called Sparkline. Just see. And in that group, you have got three different types of Sparkline. Line, column, win or loss. Sparkline is the group, and within that, three different types of sparklines you'll be finding: line, column, win or loss. So go for this option called column. And when you go for this column option and you click it, it will take you to a dialog box like this asking, where is the data? Data is already selected. Now, where is the location? So location is the entire visual column. So when you go and select, just hold on. When I go and select the entire visual column, what happens when I click OK? Don't do that, just watch my screen. This is going to bring our data in this format. Does it make any sense having the equal width of all our columns? So what we can do, instead of selecting the whole column of the visual, we can simply go for over here, just in the location, visual column first cell. Take one cell. Don't select the whole column, just take one cell. And then click OK. So when you click OK, can you see some kind of visual impressions is created in that cell? But that is not so clear. It's not visible. It's not eminent. So what you can do, along with that cell, select the rest. Don't drag it. If you drag, the meaning will be different. Select, holding the shift button, down arrow key. You keep hitting to select. And then go for merging the same. So how to merge our data? Going to Home tab, and we can go for over here, merge and center. Right? So what it gives you a feeling like as if more or less we have created a column chart in our data. Right? So this is called our one more visual tool option where it is available in insert tab. Group is sparklines and type of sparkline is column sparkline. So kindly confirm all these things are working. Still searching. Okay. Nagaraj, you can share your screen. Let's have a look.
Yes.
Right. First, you select your USD column data. Then go
Yes,
to
I select.
insert. Yeah, insert. And then you have seen in the middle somewhere, you come to middle 3D map. After that, line, column, win or loss towards your right, right a bit, right a bit, right a bit. Come right, come right, come right. Ah, there, stop. Towards your left. Can you see one column is doing line, column, win or loss?
Okay.
Go for column. And when you go to column, you'll be asking, where is the data? Data is selected. You have to select the visual column. Yes, click OK. Now select the rest and merge them. Going to home, merge and center. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. All right, people. So I'm taking the control back on the screen. I believe all of our friends are with me and they have got this reports in this format ready. Yeah. Now, as I told you, ideally don't present your data as it is. To make a beautiful story, you can select product and USD and go for data sorting. So when you go for data sorting, sort by USD column and choose the order largest to smallest. And when you go and choose the order largest to smallest, click OK. A beautiful story turns up. What is that? The highest column is nothing but the maximum revenue. The lowest column is nothing but the least revenue. So this is how you can connect with your data, and those who wants to just immediately understand, they can go for this kind of visuals. Those who do not have the time, or those who are really interested to see how much value we have made, they will be focusing at USD column. So this is how we have got another visual styles called sparkline ready. So any doubt, any queries in this? No question? Okay. You must have a question at this point. Okay. You're unable to connect in that way. I will ask you, just see. When you present something like this, sometimes people will start expecting something from you. Prabhas, why don't you add those respective values in the each and every column? They will ask something like this. Yes, could be kind of a access title, could be they will be asking the legends or kind of access scale people will be expecting. That's not possible because those things are the properties of charts. So when you go for charts and graphs, you can play around with those kind of functionalities, but this is just a mere visual. Microsoft is also very clever. If you get all these things from this, nobody's going to ask your charts, right? So that's why they have kept some beauty things over here and some more better options there. So you have to use both depends upon the need. But yes, if you want to give some add-on to this visuals, I can help you out something. The highest column you can turn out to be green and the lowest one you can turn to be red. Yes, that kind of things you can do. How? Select your visual, you will be finding in the extreme right, you have a tab. Again, depends upon the version, Sparkline or tools, options, something will be there. So if you go to that Sparkline over here, you have a very beautiful option naming called our marker color and over here sparkline color. So you should go for marker color, which is below. And there you go, navigate. You have an option called high point. You can turn to be green, you can choose to be green. Again, go for marker color, choose low point into red. So this is how you can customize your sparkline color. And when you look at, can you see the highest column, the first column turned to be green, and the least one, the last column is turned to be red. So this is how you can do with this Sparkline tab, and you can give a value additions to your data. All right. Now, take a look. If you look at our bars, this kind of columns, how it is appearing always from the axis, it is going towards up because the value is positive. What if you have a negative value? Of course, it will go below to the axis. And if you have the negatives, what kind of colors we should apply to the columns? Definitely, it should be red. See the beauty now. If I go to my category 1 again and I go for just some minus values, now see the beauty with immediate effect, it will go and reflect in the down to the axis. So that's what again the inbuilt options we have got the result over here, right? Now, when you do this, if I have only one negative, okay, I got it in red. Suppose I have got more than one negative, say in category 5 also I have got some negative 4500. What happens? Is it applying red color for both the negatives? Just check it out. When you have more than one negative value, do you see the red color application for both the negative columns? No. Only not the second or first one, Aishwarya, the column which is having the least value. So negatives, where the negative goes up, the value becomes low. So between 3450 and 4500 to negative value, which is of least value, of course, negative 4.4500, That's why it is only applying to that column as a negative value in red color. But technically, what is the logic we had applied? We had applied over here is low point. We have never defined anything related to the negative points, right? So here people get confused that Sparkline is not working fine. We should not use that. They take a call. See, you have not given the instruction properly. Then how Excel will understand? So don't be in the impression that Excel is not working. Sparkline is not a good tool. It is a good tool, but how to precisely give it? Just see the beauty. This will be very, very helpful again. Selecting your visual, if you go to Sparkline tab here, you could see there's an option called low point, high point, all these things. So low point you can deactivate, go for negative points. You have to activate. So when you go and activate negative points and just remove low point out of this, each and every wherever the negative values are there, it is being populated with the red color. Just check it out. Is it working?
Yeah, for me, it is coming blue for both of them.
Yeah, you have to just go for low point to deactivate, negative points to activate.
Okay,
This
yeah, sure.
you
Yeah.
have to activate this.
So, yeah, it's working. Thank you.
So I believe now this is clear. Hope you find this is helpful. What say? So instead of showing this ready-made data, always try to give some visuals, and definitely that will be more add-on to the data and people will love to see that. And trust me, somebody is going to definitely ask a question in the presentation area. Because how did you do this? In a small space, how did you get this chart is exactly entirely? And that's what we want. People should ask us. And nowadays, when you go for the dashboards and all, this kind of visuals plays a very, very important role. I'll show you one dashboard. Just see. I'm going to show you a finance dashboard. Just to have a feel, it's not something I'm only telling to you. Technically, these things are working and it is there. Can you see that? This is what the whole company's status or results over here completely. Like take a look. Just I'm giving more flavor to you. What you can do also if you become a bit expert. So one drop down showing all the details of the month. Now this is what I have got multiple locations, multiple plants are there, and each and every plant wise how the revenue versus profit or revenue and profit I'm making it over here, and what is the efficiency the plant is running. Suppose I have got the capacity in the plant and how much it is being utilized. It is whether it's underutilized or I could have optimized the same. I could have generated better revenue. Like this kind of analysis when you do and presented something to the management, this kind of things will play very great role on a click of button. Suppose at any point of time you ask me, Prabhas, I want to see the entire story of my organization in the month of say April. I'll go and choose just over here and suppose say it is there April. Yes, right. So everything is changing. The value, everything is changing, and based on that, this charts and all everything is reflecting accordingly. Now, if I go and change it to something September, see everything is changing for September, and this is what the cumulative activity. And if I go to over here, suppose say more August, this is what the status. Like on a click of button. So all these things, it's about your creativity, how you're doing it and how you're presenting, and people will love to see that. Okay. So this kind of visuals definitely plays a very great role. All right. Now coming to the next situation 3. So let's go and check what are the other visual tools we have in our Excel to make our data presentation better. So let's see, same our 12 products we have the data. Okay, people. Now we have got some two historical years data over here and how to present it that we are going to see. Keep your cursor next to 2020 and insert a column. I told you how to insert a column, Alt IC, and to repeat the last action, F4. You can go for it. So two columns we have created, name it as one growth and the other one you name it as visual. So when you go to the growth column, when you go to the growth column, in this, what should be the formula? Select everything. Basic mathematics equal to 2020 minus 2019. Do you all agree? Now the same, I can apply for this, Control Enter. So we got our growth column ready. Now go to visual column and open the formula, the first cell equal to, take the value from left and hit Control Enter. Now select your visual column completely the way I have selected, and let's go and explore what are the other visual tools we have. Go to Home tab, Conditional Formatting. Do you see an option called Icon Sets? Right. When you go and navigate, you can notice this option enables four different broad categories, naming, directional, shapes, indicators, ratings, all these things are there, correct? So you can take the rule, anything you like the most out of this, and whichever you feel it is more suitable to your data, you can take the options. All right. So now, sometimes you would have noticed this is called one kind of traffic lights kinds of option. This is also there over here. People prefer to see this kind of things most. Or you could see some kind of this kind of tick marks or cross marks over here. So it's up to you. But if you ask me, Prabhas, what's your best recommendation? I would suggest if you are more working with regard to your projects or any kind of activities, you can take the help of shapes and indicators. That will be more ideal, suitable for the project related activities. Now, when you are more working with the text related activity, suppose you are from the HR, hardly you have the numbers to quantify, but you're always working with the feedback form where the text is more like good, excellent, pure, average, or you're working with your balance scorecard template. So in those cases where your text is too much and you want to present it in a beautiful infographic presentation, you can always take this kind of ratings kind of option that will be more ideal. Okay. So again, this is what I'm not understanding. I'll show you this kind of options, how people are. So this kind of circular buttons, mostly you'll be finding the balance scorecard template cases. This is called technically Harvey ball. So these Harvey balls will be very, very helpful. Now, wherever you have more into the numbers to present it, say you have got accounts, finance, sales, marketing, supply chain, logistic, anywhere where you're dealing more with the numbers, then you can showcase in this kind of directional patterns. But yes, there is no such kind of hard and fast rule. Microsoft has ever designed any kind of tutorial. It's up to us, our convenience, whichever we believe this is going to give a add-on to my data, we can take a call about this. Now I'll show you a report also. Just watch my screen. So I'm going to show you one McKinsey report. Just watch my screen. Okay. See, this is what I was talking about. Nothing but infographic presentations. No numbers, no values, no text and all. Only simple shapes. It is showing the status. So how to make it? If I want to talk about from my project point of view, this retrain over here, this is 100% completed. Redeploy, that's also completed. Hire, how much is pending? 1/4 stage of that entire project is pending. Contract, how much it is pending? 50% is pending. Release case, yet to start, you can say, or not yet commenced, anything you can say. So this is how this kind of circular diagrams itself self-sufficient to present my story. I no need to be there personally to showcase the numbers or data should be present in terms of percentage value. So I can showcase the stage completion or whatever it is you want to map it and connect it. So this is what again you can make use of as your conditional formatting rules and present it. All right. Now select your entire visual, go to Home tab. For the time being, we'll go for our icon sets directional key, the very first one. Three different arrow keys are there, go for it. And you will be finding automatically this is being applied with all the arrow keys. Now, let's go on do some situational analysis. In this data set, if you look at the green color arrow keys, what does it represent? Anybody? As an audience, if you look at, what is that information you are getting out of this? So growth, high growth, increase in growth, growth. I mean, what is that growth? See, growth means we have to compare with something. Then only we can talk about growth or degrowth or high growth, low growth, whatever it is. So how to connect with that? My question is that. Yes, growth compared to last year. Very good. Since we are taking the historical data, 2 years data we are comparing, so we can compare with the last year data to this year, and we found that this is what the status. Very good. Okay. So green color symbol represents that if all are in equal understanding that compared to last year, this year volume is increasing. Now, how about this red color down arrow key? Right, people? What is that it represents? So compared to last year, this year volume is decreasing. Simple understanding, isn't it? Now, how about this yellow color arrow keys? What does it says? Constant. JP, what is that constant meaning? So if I just look like a layman to the data, I am not clear because I could see both negative and positive is there in yellow colors. So how it can be possible? Because if I am looking for something, either it can be positive or negative. It cannot be both, isn't it? So this is the place where what happens? We are not clear what we are presenting. This kind of situation do not ever bring to your desk. Do not ever try to present it just keeping a thought, okay, this will be going to add a value to my presentation. So this kind of question people are going to ask. So what is that we have understood? We cannot apply this kind of icon set rule as it is to the data. Yes. What we need to do? We need to customize it. So how to or what kind of customization we do need to do? Just say compared to last year to this year, if volume is increasing, green color up arrow key. If it is decreasing, red color down arrow key. If it is same, in case there is no change at all from last year to this year by chance, then you should go for yellow color arrow key. This is what the rule we need to customize. But how? So select your visual column data completely. And then I told you, whenever you happen to see the rules of our conditional formatting, where to go? We should go to our home tab, conditional formatting, and then manage rules, and then edit rule. So this is the place where we need to customize the rule. So what is the first thing we need to do? Try to understand. Look at my screen, please, for a minute. First of all, our data is there in numbers, but here the data is showing percent. So this is the first change we need to do from the drop down percent to number. Again, second row percent to number. This is what the first change. Now, once you do the changes, then it is showing the first rule. It is customized like green color icon will be applied when value is greater than equal to 0. I don't want greater than equal to 0. I want only greater than. So I can go to the drop down again and I can choose greater than, nothing else. Now, Excel is smart enough to understand and automatically it will just precisely present the rule. That's what the beauty. Now here one more option we have noticed already. Show icon only. Checkbox is not activated. You can activate the same. And the moment you click OK, again click OK and see the beauty. What happens? Only two rules. So wherever it is up, value is going for and presenting in terms of green color arrow key. Wherever it is down, it shows in the red color down arrow key. And why there is no sign of yellow color? Because there is no case where the data is same. From 2019 to 2020, there is no growth or degrowth, and there is no such kind of situation. Now, if you want to see the yellow color, just go for one case, category 6. Just maintain the value for same both cases. Do you see a yellow color icon? So it means compared to last year, this year, green color up arrow key. Last year to this year, down arrow key, where the volume is down. And if it remains the same, yellow color icon key. So this is how people, you can turn your Excel presentation, data presentation into a beautiful infographic presentations again by taking this kind of arrow keys applications over there. So I believe this is working fine for you. Any doubt, any queries, do let me know. So this is how nowadays it is in hotcake in the market. Everybody expects something like this from you. So if you have any queries, please let me know. Fine. So now how to make it even more better? Just see, select all these four columns and go for data sorting. So instead of showing the data in this pattern, tell into a beautiful story. How? Sort by growth column, order you choose largest to smallest. So what is the status we are getting? Whenever we are making more compared to last year, that we are presenting first. And wherever the volume is down, that we are showing in the bottom. So what people are happy, what they want to see, that only we are showing first over here. And later, this kind of analysis will do it, the reason behind why there is a decrease in the revenue, why there is a decrease in the production, whatever it is, that we can discuss later. But what people want, what makes them happy, that alone try to present it all the time. So this is about our situation number 3, people. I believe all are clear. What is that we need to do is, this is there available in the home tab, conditional formatting, icon sets. What say? Is it helpful? Again, I'm going to show you a real-time application again of that. It's not something just only I am telling to you. Watch my screen again. See, this is one Big Four report. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, if you look at the report, again, what we are discussing about the arrow keys, but here the triangles. Again, to make something as infographic presentation, because though you have the numbers, people, but people are not interested to see that much. But here it is telling you an immediate story over here, isn't it? So this is how people, whenever there is a need, always try to make your data presentation better, adding this kind of visuals. So we are clear with that, whatever we discussed, right? Now do one thing. Select this products 2019 and 2020. And then copy that. Just 2, 3 rows down, paste it. Okay. Now, once this is done, go for data sorting. Go for data sorting over here and sort by product column. Just name the column as product and order, let it be A to Z only, and click OK. Now, once we have done with this over here, let's consider 2019, whatever we are displaying over here, people, naming it as called target. And here, 2020, you name it as actual. So kindly confirm once your data is ready. So now there is a task for you. Okay. So please try to understand the problem statement. What is the task you have to do? Don't worry, I'll be giving some time to you also. Okay. So the task is in your actual column. Okay. Application, whatever I'm going to say, it has to be on actual column. Okay. What is that? If your actual is greater than target, or if your actual is more than the target, then color should be green. If your actual is less than the target, the color should be red. Understood? So that I'm just looking for two colors only in the actuals one. One is green, one is red, but that should be based on the condition. If this is more than the target, should be green highlight. If it is less than the target, should be red highlight. This is what we're expecting. If anything not clear, do let me know. If it is clear, please start working with it. So you have got 3 minutes time, or say 5 minutes max. So once it is done, do let me know. Okay, so Nagaraj, you can share your screen.
Yes. Values required here? No need.
Mm, no, no, no. I'm not asking the visual column. You did not get my
Yes.
question. Whatever the things we are expecting, that output should be in the actual column. We should not take a separate column and visual and you show it.
Okay, your question. Can you come again your
Yeah,
questions?
the question is in the actual column only, all the highlight things will be happening. Wherever the actual is more than the target, it should be highlighted with green color. The
Okay, I
entire
understand.
cell color to be changed into green. If your actual is less than the target, the color should be highlighted in red color.
Okay, let me try again.
Yes. Okay, Sunita, you can share your screen.
Yes. So I did this going to conditional formatting.
Mhm.
Then I went to highlight cells rule, then more rules, and then I went to two color scale where
Mhm.
I did this changes. Like for the side red and for
Mhm.
highest I did green and it gave me this thing.
But are you getting that exactly?
No, I got this mixed color as well.
See, there is a variation of colors also. What you have given, what you are getting, there are multiple color palette kind of looks. You are not getting exactly the dark green, you are not getting exactly the dark red. Right. So this is not exactly fitting to the question's answer, right?
Right.
Yes. Anyway, you have given the attempt. Anybody else tried and got the luck over there? So this is what most of the time we need it in our routine activities, people. No, 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 Ashish. You should not highlight both the columns. It should be applications is going to happen only in the actual column. Anyway, just watch my screen. So here, how to get it done? Very simple. Just watch. First of all, to do all this kind of activities, what is the problem statement? If you have understood, there is no such kind of ready-made options in our conditional formatting is going to help us, because our target is not same for all the products. It is varying. So I cannot take the highlight cell rules or less than something, greater than something, I can take it. And I cannot go and apply for 12 products, 12 different rules. That's also not an ideal option. So what we can do, people, when you do not have any existing option, you want to customize your own rule, there is an option called new rule. Okay. So when I go for this new rule, then in this dialog box, you will be finding we have an option called use a formula to determine which cells to format. We have the option, right? Now, when I select this, a formula bar will be open for me. And here, what I need to type is just I will click my actual cell value. When I clicked, can you see it is applying $2 symbol? It means trying to make the cell constant. And we do not want that. We want to apply the formatting for the entire selected range. So instead of keeping this as a cell constant, go and keep hitting the F4 key and make it a general cell. No dollar symbol, just keep hitting F4 key and turn into a general cell. Now, greater than. If it is greater than from target, so I took the target cell over here. Again, this is taking a dollar symbol over here application. I don't want that. I want to make it a general cell. Now, if this is true, then what kind of formatting? If actual is greater than the target, should be green. So we'll go for format over here and we'll choose the fill option tab. We can make it go on green. If necessary, I can go for font also. I can make it bold and color white, and then I'll click OK. So this kind of format will be displayed if this is true. We have given, correct? Now the moment I click OK, can you see with immediate effect? Wherever my actual is greater than the target, is it showing the color green? So this is how people, whenever you believe your existing options are not helping you, you can always, you have your own rule you can create, and then you can have your own formulas over here in this format and you can present it. Now, similarly, if I go for the red color options where the target is more than the actuals or actuals is less than the target, then same thing, same logic, but only the reverse logic we have to apply. What is that? Again, going to over here, more rules, and I'll go for new rule. Same, use a formula to determine which cells to format. And there I go. Again, target or actuals, generic cell less than target. Again, making a general cell, then going to format, fill, red color, and if necessary, font color optional, not mandatory, but yes, you can give it. You can bold. Now this is the format going to apply if my actual is less than the target. Now click OK. Again, click OK. So can you see now? Simple two rules making the job done. Now tomorrow, if there is a change in the data, suppose any point of time, I believe my target is changing less than the actuals or actuals is more than the target, suppose. So this value I'm changing 2379 more than something 4155, so 6500. Is it turning out green? Yes. So this is how people we have understood how to create such kind of own conditional formatting rules over there. So give it a try now and check is it working? Any doubt, any queries? Is it working? Anybody needs my support? So JP, Aishwarya, what is the status? Okay, Aishwarya done. Very good. Venkat,
Yeah, it's okay.
okay. Mantu, is it working for you?
Yeah, it's working for me.
Okay, great. Fine then, people. So we have got some basic understanding. Now, rest of the rules you can try of your own because that is nothing but child's play. So if you
Yeah,
have any, yeah.
if I don't want to see the text, I don't see the option
No,
for
you will
this
not be
one.
having, here you will not be having. If you do not want the text
Okay.
over here, you can simply go for this and turn out to be over here. All this text color, if
Okay.
you want to make it either red or green, anything, you can just turn out the case. Okay, this is one option. But what will be happening if your high definition colors is there, the text will be visible. Now, the option what I suggest is go for Control 1, selecting all these things. And there, if you go to custom, okay, in this type box, instead of general, whatever the text is there, instead of general, you can remove and just go for 3 columns. Can you see the sample data? It is not visible when I go for 3 columns like this, semicolons, you say. And when I go for clicking OK, okay, I have taken something else. Just a minute. Now see, nothing is visible. It is just showing the colors. So this is how, with the help of custom formatting, you can hide the text also. All right. So that's all about our data visualization, people. So taking the live data, keep practicing about all these things. You have got 1 week time. And in the meantime, if you have any queries, you can very well drop me a mail also, not a problem. Okay. But practice is very, very essential. All these things purpose because in training, everything looks like a fairy tale. Trust me. But to have a hang on the topics and to register the things easily, practice is very, very essential. All right, so with this, we'll go for our next sheet, naming called lookup. So we are going to discuss the most powerful formulas or functions of our Microsoft Excel, naming called VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So now, before proceeding further with HLOOKUP, I would like to know, is there anyone who doesn't know what is VLOOKUP? No need to feel shy. If you do not know, please drop me a text, don't know, so that I can start from the scratch. If you know, we can skip the topic. This is the only thing. Okay, okay, great. Fine. So two of our friends, or three, four, fine, 4 friends of ours, they do not know what is VLOOKUP. So let me take it from the scratch. Okay. VLOOKUP. V stands for vertical. So this vertical lookup, what is that role it is playing? Basically, this is being designed to search your data into multiple records, like say 2 different Excel file. If you want to search something, 2 different Excel sheets, you want to search something, then you can make use of this formula called VLOOKUP. But how it works, let me take you through. Just watch my screen, no need to do anything. So suppose say I want to purchase a new laptop. I have seen a lot of brands in my office, my colleagues, they are using. So I have made a list of brands in a Excel file. Opening the Excel, I made a list of brands, whichever I know. And I saved that file. I went to a shop. I asked the vendor, can you help me out with your catalog, whatever the brands of laptops you are selling or you are dealing with, what is the best price you are offering? Can I have a catalog? So the shopkeeper says, I don't have a printed catalog, but yes, I can write you in a piece of paper. Well, So I said it works. So the vendor given me a piece of paper having the list of brands and as well as the rates over there. Now taking that paper, I come back to my workstation and I open that Excel file and I need to populate the rates corresponding to those brands what I have created. This is my job now. Well, now forget about Excel. If you need to do the job manually, how will you do that? Obviously, first we'll be look at our list. Yes or no? What we have with us, first we'll check that. What is the first brand? Acer, we'll pick that. When we'll go and check in the vendor's catalog whether Acer is there. Yes. How much is the price? 22,000. So we'll come back to our Excel and here we'll be making a note of 22,000. Do you all agree? If you happen to do your job manually, we'll be doing like this. What's it? Right? Now, once we found the value of Acer, what is the next one? Apple, we'll take that again. Then again, we'll go and check with the vendor's catalog. Apple is there. Yes. How much? 45,000. So I'll come back over here and I'll update 45,000. So this is how people will be keep on doing our job one by one. We'll try to search. And since we have got maximum 10 brands, we don't mind spending time for 10 times doing the same activity over here to populate our data or searching the records and update our own master file data from over here, whatever it is. But think about a real-time situation. Suppose I am working in production department, okay? And I have got 10 people who are working with me. And I have only the employee codes with me. And I need to search the respective details of those employees. What's their name? What's the date of joining? What is the date of birth? What is the email ID of theirs? And what is that uh, say email, I mean phone numbers of them, where is the city they are locating. So all this enough information, whatever I am looking for, where I need to search in my employee master database. So employee master database, if you look at, there will be throughout the entire organization, I have got 10,000 people. So 10,000 line item data will be there. Now 10 people data, how will I search in 10,000 records? Or 1,000 people data, how will I search in 1 lakh records? Can I go and do it one by one? If I start in the morning, probably by end of the day, I could complete. I can't give a guarantee also that. So in those cases, people, to increase our productivity and to do the work with no time, we'll engage our Excel function naming called VLOOKUP. So hope you got a basic understanding how VLOOKUP works. So the way we did manually, VLOOKUP does the same, nothing else. How to write, I'll help you. But overall, you got a picture, you got an idea what VLOOKUP does. Can I take that? Okay. Now just watch my screen. I will go and take a cell over here. I'll go for a formula naming over here called VLOOKUP. Okay. Now just watch my screen, understand the objective or what is the elements I'm using, stay focused. Then I'll be giving time to try with, don't worry. So first thing first, VLOOKUP, it asks me lookup value. So what is the meaning by lookup value? If you recall the task while we're doing the job manually, where we have started with, we have started with our list. What is the first brand? Acer. This is our lookup value. What we have with us to search, what is that employee ID is there with me? If you connect with that example, what we discussed, that's nothing but our lookup value. Come on. What's the next one? Table array. Where to search? So taking Acer, where did you search? In our master data, the vendor's catalog, what my vendor has given, that becomes your table array. So table array is nothing but where to search your data. All right, come on. What's the next one? It is asking for column index number. COL stands for column index number. But while doing the job manually, we never discuss anything about column. But why VLOOKUP is asking? There is a reason. So what VLOOKUP is trying to do exactly, try to understand. Just get one step back. When you look at lookup value, it is turning the color as blue. But when it go to table array, it has again changed the color to maroon. And same maroon color, it is applied as a border to my master database or the vendor's catalog. So why Microsoft Excel is doing such kind of things? The coloring pattern, this, that, and why? Because to make us understand that we have to focus in this border area. So in this border area, how many columns are there? We have got brand, the first column, rate is the second column. And ideally we read our data from left to right. So leftmost column is brand, column one, rightmost column is right, column number two. So out of these two, which column data is already there with us? We have brand with us. What we are looking for is the rate. Rate is in which column? Is the second. So this is how the column index number we should type as 2. Now comma. What it is asking, range lookup, true, false, exact match, approximate match, quite confusing. And we never discuss anything over here while doing the job manually. Then why VLOOKUP is asking something like this? For the timing, you ignore this. For the timing, you ignore this intersection and make sure that all the time you complete your VLOOKUP formula with 0. Now, what is the significance of 0? Let's go and discuss. So when you go for this formula, people, the 0 means nothing but one-to-one match or exact match. Now, what exactly you need to match one-to-one or exact match over there? Just see. I have the data over here, Acer. What is the spelling of Acer? It's ACER, correct? Now, when I look at my master data, is it showing ACER? Yes. So this is called one-to-one match. And if it is there, then only column index number 2, the value will be picked up. So here R is missing, here A is missing something. The data will not match one-to-one. That's why the value will not be pulled up. So this is how to complete our VLOOKUP formula. Match, we put it as a 0. Now formula is ready. Enter, we got the answer. The same we can apply for others. What is happening? Certain cases I'm not getting the answer. What is that? Dell, Samsung, Toshiba. Is it not there in our master data? Yes, all are there. Then why only these three cases it is not populating the value? Reason is very simple. When you look at your del case, what is happening? When you copy this formula towards down, can you see this border area is also moving down? And this is what we have already witnessed in our day one itself, small, large, data presentation sheet, date diff formula, so many cases we have seen this problem. And when we know this problem is going to come, then why don't you rectify the formula? Which range is creating a trouble? The maroon color border. Select and lock it. How? By hitting F4 or function F4. And see the beauty. So this is how people, whenever there's a need, you can go for a vertical lookup formula to search your records in a huge volume data. So give it a try and check it's working. Any doubt, any queries, do let me know. All right, all clear? Those were working with our VLOOKUP for the first time. Hope you have understood and it's working. If you need my support, do let me know. Anything not clear, please ask. Because this is one of the essential formula in routine activities people we need the most. All right. So now we'll go for our next formula, naming called H lookup. H stands for horizontal. Okay. So when you have the data in horizontal format or row format, you cannot apply VLOOKUP over there. So same data we are taking, our laptop data only. So this is what our vendor's catalog. You can read this, and this is our master data. And below to that, we have got two row items where we have only the brands are there, and we need to populate the rates below to that by looking at the data in our master data over here, correct? So in this case, since our data is in horizontal format, we need to go and apply HLOOKUP. But before that, the practice what we have started, select your entire solution array and go for equal to, then what we can do, HLOOKUP. What it demands me, lookup value. So my first brand is Acer. I should take it as a lookup value. Now what is it asking? Table array. So table array, where is the data? It starts from brand. I can take it or I can take from Samsung, no issues. But I need to select complete array. Now this array, whatever we have defined, when I copy this formula towards right, don't you think that this data is going to move right? Of course, yes. So when we know this problem is going to come, then why don't you rectify the formula? Why don't you just make a lock by using F4? Now, what is the next thing it is asking? Row index number. What VLOOKUP was asking, column index number, because the data was in vertical format. So now the data is since in horizontal format, it is asking row index number. And I told you how to count just one step back. When you go for it, whatever it is applied in the maroon color border area, check how many row items we have, two. So what is the first row? Brand. What is the second row? Rate. And how do you read your data? Top to bottom? Yes. So out of these two row items, which one is there already with us? Brand is there with already with us. What we are looking for is the rate. So rate is in which row? Second. You should not read by the row header over here. Now, comma. Again, range lookup, true, false, approximate match, exact match, like VLOOKUP only it is asking. And I told you in case of VLOOKUP, how to complete our VLOOKUP formula with zero. Similarly, HLOOKUP also, you can complete the formula with zero. So zero stands for exact match or one-to-one match, and the data is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? Control enter and go for it. Things are ready. So this is how people, whenever there is a need, if your data is in horizontal format, you can simply go for HLOOKUP formula. So give it a try and check your HLOOKUP is also working fine for you. Any questions, feel free to ask.
Ready? So,
Yes, any questions from anybody? Right? Now, regarding the application. VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, you can apply between two different Excel sheets, two different Excel files, or in the same worksheet itself, there is no problem. But there are certain rules you need to follow for application of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, which is very, very essential again to know. So let's go and discuss what are the rules we need to follow. Say, So VLOOKUP says that the first rule, data has to be in vertical format, then only I can help you. Now, what is the meaning by data has to be vertical format? Which data has to be vertical format? That also we need to know. See, when I go for our data, our master data should be in vertical format. This is essential. Our data may be vertical, maybe horizontal, not a problem, but master data always has to be in vertical format. Then only it will help us if you go for VLOOKUP formula. Similarly, our HLOOKUP says the first rule, data has to be in horizontal format, then only I can help you. So which data again? The master data or the vendor's catalog has to be in horizontal format. Now, coming to rule number 2, VLOOKUP says there should not be any duplicate with our master data or vendor's catalog. VC means vendor's catalog. I'm writing in shorthand. So there should not be any duplicate. Now, which column should not contain duplicate? Just see. When we asked vendor to provide us a catalog, vendor should give the data in such a way in brand column, there should not be any duplicate like Acer more than one time, Samsung more than one time, or Compact more than one time. Any brand should not be repetitive or there should not be any duplicates over here. Now you can ask me a question, Prabhas, what if I have a duplicate? VLOOKUP will always pick the first value. VLOOKUP will always take the first value because VLOOKUP works with your unique data entry. So in the range, whichever it comes first, it treats as it your unique data and rest of the data, it is duplicate. It treats in this way. So you need to be very careful about this data, what you're receiving. There should not be any duplicates over there in that column. You should be ensuring about that. Now, HLOOKUP, same rule goes for HLOOKUP also. There should not be any duplicate in vendor's master data or catalog. Now, rule number 3, VLOOKUP says that the data flow has to be always left to right. What is the meaning by data flow has to be left to right? Say, suppose I ask my vendor to give me a catalog. He has not given like this. Suppose he gave something like this. Then VLOOKUP cannot read our data from right to left. VLOOKUP cannot read our data right to left. So data has to be in left to right format. Now, it's not necessary or mandatory that the rate column has to be immediate right to the brand column. It can be something like this, not a problem, not a worry. We can work out with that. But while selecting your data as a table array, you should start selecting from the brand. Anything before brand, if you have like serial number, date, and all, no need to select. And the moment you reach to rate, you should stop. Anything after rate, like your quantity, value, remarks, status, or narration, anything is there, you don't need to select. So this is how you have to select your table array. Now you can ask me a question, Prabhas, what if I have this unwanted column, I have hidden it. So after C, I have got H. Can I take only just two columns and consider rate as two? No. Even though the data is hidden, this is forming part of your range only. So you need to also count those hidden columns while defining your column index number. Okay, so this is how people we have understood. Our rule number 3 for VLOOKUP is data flow has to be always left to right. Similarly, for HLOOKUP, we have the rule data flow has to be always top to bottom. So what is the meaning by top to bottom? Say, take a look. Suppose this is what the data, master data or vendor's catalog. Suppose he has given something like this. Then HLOOKUP cannot read our data from bottom to top. It cannot read the data. So this is the reason why. These are the basic rules, people. You have to always remember whenever you go for VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP application. If something is not working, then definitely one of the rule is not satisfied. It's a pretty simple story and you have to work with your data again. All right. So I believe this is clear. Any difficulties? All right, people. So lookup sheet, the story is clear. Any questions related to VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, feel free to ask. So any of the challenges you faced while dealing with the same, if you recall that also you can ask me, not a problem. All right, so can I take that everyone is clear with VLOOKUP with HLOOKUP? Fine. So now over here, while I was explaining about VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, you have understood everything you said me. Now, nobody has asked me a question, because if I am not going to use anything from this, suppose a VLOOKUP, lookup value, table array, column index number, when I go for range lookup, I could see there are two options available. Now you are telling go for blindly zero. Zero, you said exact match. I could correlate. Exact match means zero. There is called approximate match also. So what is that? Nobody has asked me that. Whatever I said, you blindly followed. I'm glad you're following me. But this should have been your question. The people who are already working with VLOOKUP also, they should have asked me. Okay, I can just ignore my new friends, those who are working with the first time, they can't think in that way because they have yet to apply this in their real-time activities, and then they can come across about it. But at least the other people, they should have asked me. Yes, now I'm asking, what is the role of this option? Anybody? Yes, Nagraj?
Yes, it is taking approximate match means if you take year in the year for data 2015 to 16, if you taken zero, instead of zero, we can take one means it will come that year only. For example, there is a data between 2015-16. All data comes into the if you select 2015-16. This regarding this, I knew something about this one. That's the reason I'm not asked.
Okay.
For example,
So,
data between for example, there is a 2-3 years data is there.
hmm,
In that, what happen, I need to select which year I need to select. That time
hmm,
I will use the formula true instead of false, so that in between 2015-16 it will come all in 15-16 only. Example I
okay.
am telling.
Understood. Yes. So everybody is clear? Well, this is really one of the beautiful options. Trust me. And why people are not aware of it, 90% users, they are not aware of this. And even if you ask someone about VLOOKUP, they always say VLOOKUP with zero, you follow blindly. If you ask them further, if I'm not following zero, what else I need to follow? They will say, don't ask this much of question. What I'm saying, just blindly follow it because you are going to need only zero. So this zero is nothing but exact match. Now we have got to know about this. So what is that meaning by approximate match? Is nothing but one. So I don't deal with true and false because that will be again creating the confusion. I always treat as binary digits, zero for exact match, one for approximate match. Now, where the case of approximate match comes, where the case of approximate match comes, is it something that I have got ace over here? Say, take an example. I have got instead of acer, I have got ace. Just let's analyze the situation. If I go and type S over here, this is not, so can I take, since it is not matching, it is approximately matching over here. Can I take a rule of VLOOKUP with approximate match? Yes, Nagraj, what's your opinion? Can I take that?
Yes, it will match. You can take.
Okay, okay. So if I go for this, what is happening?
Okay, it is coming wrong.
So Ace is there. Apple is there. Now Apple is also not getting, whereas Apple is exactly matching, right? Now, if I go for this data, now just check it over here. If I go and just arrange my data, now can you see? Is it
Mhm.
matching? But Apple matched. See, Apple is having a one-to-one match. Still, I am giving one, but this is matching. Can you see that?
Yes,
So now it is creating a confusion to your understanding. Am I right?
yes,
Right. So here, certain things we need to know, people. As I told you, this approximate match, you cannot apply as it is the way we are doing the exact match. So there are certain things you need to know. But this is really a very beautiful concept Microsoft has designed to make our job easy. Let's go and explore that. So far, what people have not ever explained us, or they did not know also. So how can they will explain? That's a different story. But even though the people who are working with VLOOKUP since ages, they are not aware of this. So let's go and explore that. So there is a sheet called VLOOKUP with approximate match. Just go to the next sheet. Now take a look. Let me put it in a scenario format. Watch my data. I have got some employee names. I conducted one assessment and people have got the score or rating, you can say anything. Now, based on this rating, my management has given me a circular that Prabhas, check the rating and just award the grade to those people. Like what? Say, if you go for 3.5, in which bucket it is going to fall? 3.5, if it is it going to fall in this bucket? Do you agree? So what should be the grade? Should be grade D. Do you agree?
yes.
Right. If it is of 3.5, 3.9, which grade?
Secret.
So like that, we need to fill it up. This is our job. And this circular is predefined by my management. He has given me a PDF copy of that or Excel copy, anything you name it, but I need to award the grade. So how will you do that? These are our real-time questions. I have taken one HR data. Similarly, you can connect with your income tax lab, discounts lab, incentives lab. If such kind of things are there, then how will you present your data? How will you do the calculations?
Approximate match will help you.
Okay, if I go for approximate match is equal to VLOOKUP, I'm just doing it. Just watch my screen on for all of you. I'll take this value. I'll go for this result over here. I will log the cells, comma 2, comma 0. So doing 0, I'll go for 1 since we are working with approximate match. What happens? Are we getting the result? No. But some cases we are getting the result. Where it is matching exactly with the value. So approximate match is also taking the exact match, right?
Yes.
So here approximate match is not working. Then what is the option choice we have?
That rating range we need to change.
So
Less
you
than
need,
3, less than 3.5. If you
okay.
do that.
So, so here, ideally, what we prefer to do, 90% cases, if you ask the user, they will ask you to end up with a if statement. They will ask you, Pravas, don't be worried. Go for something conditions like this. If this value is less than 3 over here, or less than equal to 3 over here, should be grade E. You should write like this. This is how people ask us. Similarly, one more grade, grade D. So like that, how many conditions we have? 6 conditions. So total 6 formulas, if formulas we need to write, they will suggest us. And we end up doing like this. And we have done also. Do you all agree with me?
Yes.
Right. So now think about it. I told you in day one, the more the if formula, file size will be more. Now, this kind of lengthy statement, if you take it and that to 10,000 times, because for the entire organization, you are going to apply for it. So think about the file size. That itself, it is going to make my file size heavy. So this is what we are not supposed to do. So now the question is how to deal with it. So
Uh,
again, yeah,
yeah. If you instead of 0 to 3, just type 3 and 3 to 3.5, just type 3.5, then it will come, I think so.
okay. So you have to go for it. Okay, fine. That is what we always do, some trial and error and different permutation combinations. And once we get success, we get the result. But what VLOOKUP suggests, we need to know now first. As I told you, VLOOKUP with approximate match, you can't apply as it is just like your VLOOKUP with exact match. There are certain rules you need to follow. And what is that rule we need to follow, people, is our VLOOKUP with approximate match, it says that your data alone is not enough. Your data must contain a matrix. So what is the meaning by matrix? Just watch my screen. 2 minutes, hold on. Matrix is something over here. We need to have some data, something like this. Okay. So I'm taking a matrix over here, and next rule is saying that this matrix must be sorted. It should be in order, smallest to largest or largest to smallest. So do we have the order? Yes. Now, what does it mean? What is the relevance of this matrix is nothing but if I go and hide this column, what does it mean? See, if suppose somebody scores 0, I will give grade E, no doubt. If suppose somebody scores 3.1, I will give D. What if somebody scores more than 0 but less than 3.1? I repeat, if suppose somebody scores more than 0 but less than 3.1, what should be the grade?
E.
Should be E only, should be E only, right? But it is nowhere matching. It is nowhere matching. If you look at the data criteria, is it matching anywhere? No, it's falling in a range. So when data falling in a range, what type of data can fall in a range? A number. So we look up with approximate match. You can go for only with the numerical values. Hope it is clear now. The first thing, we look up with approximate match, where to apply? When we are dealing with numbers. And if numbers are falling in a range, then we should go for it. Rule number 2, if numbers are falling in a range, you should have a matrix like this. And this is what nothing but the understanding about your matrix. So this theory is not playing any kind of role. This is nothing but to make you understand about this. Okay. Now, if I go for this second rule of our approximate match, I told you this matrix data has to be sorted. Now see the rule. If I go for it is equal to VLOOKUP over here, I take this data, no doubt. Okay, is equal to VLOOKUP, taking this data, comma, I will take all these three columns. This column is mandatory because this data I'm going to check in this column only. I should lock it. Yes. Now, how many columns are there in the border area? 1, 2, 3. Where is the grade? Grade is in the third column. Column index number 3. I should give it. Now, what kind of match we are looking for over here is the approximate match for that 1. Bracket close. Now, the moment I hit enter, can you see? I got the answer. The same I can apply for others. Cool. So 5 minutes back, we are unable to apply this kind of formula because we are not following the rules properly. And since we followed the rules, now this makes our job easy. We don't need to go for such a lengthy formula called if over here. So this is called basically people, we look up with approximate match. Trust me, this is going to save a lot of time. So whenever you go for fixing a bucket or your data falling in a range, as I told you the scenarios, your production quantity slab or discount slab, incentive slab, or you have got your HR categories or scaling categories, anything, you can go for it. Give it a try and confirm, please. Is it working? Hope Nagaraj, the concept is clear now. Whatever your partial thought process
Yeah.
was there, now it is clear. So
Yes, please.
any of your teammates, if they are looking for such kind of jobs, you can be a helping hand to them, isn't it?
Yes, thank you.
Right, right, no problem. All right, so from the HR front, like our Aishwarya, JP, they are also going to work in this kind of scenario the most. You can make use of this VLOOKUP with approximate match. Now, from the project side, if you are looking for again, if the data is there in the work in progress style, or if it is work is certified, work is not certified, or the project is yet to be done, or project is abandoned, whatever it is, you want to stage-wise declarations, you want to do it, that also you can take it over there. So Venkat and Ashish, you can also make use of that. So it depends how to use it. See, Excel is not confined to a particular department. It's a great tool, but it depends upon the need, how much you are using the tool or what extent you're using. We have all the options, but only thing is we need to explore and we have to take a right direction. We have to go for the right options. So any doubt, any queries from our day? So this is all about our day to side people, and you have got now 1 week time, solid time. So kindly make use of this entire 7 days and keep practicing about whatever we discussed in day one and day two. So day three, our agenda would be we are going to work with the real-time data, something we have downloaded from SAP or ERP. Then how to read our data properly, how to create multiple reports out of that. And we are going to explore all the drill down features of pivot table and how to create a dashboard. And we are also going to see when you have the data in multiple Excel sheets or Excel file, how to consolidate that being a non-programmer of Excel and how to create a pivot out of that. We are going to discuss all these things in our day three. So again, don't miss the class. Very, very essential. And please join the meeting room on time so that we can start again exactly 2 p.m. And if it's necessary, we can extend it by another 5 to 10 minutes. I don't mind. But yes, there should be effectiveness in the learning. All right. Yes.
Hi Thomas,
Yeah,
Ashish this
tell
side.
me. No problem. Tell me.
Thomas, we just want to ask, like we have taken the lower range in F column
Right.
of the rating range. Is
Hmm.
there any shortcut that if, we can take the lower range, or we have to do it manually?
No. See, the lower range, if you want to take it, you have to give the valuation precisely in such a way that matrix you are creating, then you have to give it instead of 3.1, you should give it as 3, all these things you do. Because this is here also, if you look at we look up with the approximate match. Now, take an example, 3.5 is there. Okay. Now, if I go for 3.4, this is still in this range only. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Now, suppose say if I don't go for 3.1, if I go for 3, what will be giving?
it will be giving E.
Right. So when I go for 3, it is giving me as over here. My question is over here. If I'm 3.5, it is more than 3. That's why it is taking over here in this data. It is falling 3 to 3.6 category. It is giving me over here. Right.
Yeah,
Now suppose if I go
but
for 3. Yes.
but like taking the lower range, if there will be like 10 columns or 15 columns for rating
Hmm.
range,
Hmm.
is there any like shortcut for taking like 3.1, 3.6, 4.1?
Shortcut, that is what I'm telling you. I mean, okay, you want to create that matrix. Okay, I got it. So that suppose say if you do not have, definitely this you have to create it manually. This kind of stuffs,
Okay.
it has to be manually designed. Now, maximum how many variables? 10 variables will be there. Now, if you're going for over here, I told you a rule, flash fill, right? 0,
Mm.
you can go for it. 3.1, you can make it over here at just 3.1. Yeah, 3.1. Now I can go for Control E. Can you see? I got all the first values over here.
Got
I
it. Got it.
didn't I did not type everything. So similarly, if you have the data, you can use flash fill and create this kind of matrix. It's not a case to be worried about.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, welcome. You try this. That's what I'm saying. This is the reason why I'm telling you use this all these things in your real time. Anything is missing, anything you are not able to do it, I'm here to help you out. Yes, Venkat, what's the challenge of yours? You have raised your hand. Any questions?
Yeah. I mean, I'm done with this exercise, but I have
Mhm.
another question
Yeah,
related to
please
my
ask.
work. But
Okay, ask.
if you stop the recording, then I can ask it.
Yeah, I did that.